Right.
I appreciate it. Now,
I
can you answer the
know,
question?
buddy. What's the big question?
I'm trying to make a third person cry on stream. Can you answer the question?
I'm not gonna cry, retard.
Well, you're pretty fucking close right now. I can hear the tears.
I'm actually just close to completely just getting rid of you in any sort of context and talking to you, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Nick, you're a fat.
Okay, so recently there was a falling out between myself and the streamer Flamenco, and I thought it would be a good idea to spend an afternoon compiling the complete history leading up to my decision to burn down the Flamenco bridge. What you're about to watch is 3 distinct scenarios, which I will be referring to as 1. The Xanderhal meltdown, 2. The allegations or evidence debate, and 3. Finally, the Parody Song meltdown. I've compiled every relevant stream or video with permission, and I've provided them for you today cut down to explain each situation in a clear and concise manner. In the event that you would like to know more about a given clip or you believe that context is missing, I have clearly labeled each section in the description, and every stream shown to you will also be present down below with a full link. The first stop on our journey will be a stream from February where Augie confronted Flamenco after Flam threatened to contact Xanderhal's mother. This stream is what I will later refer to as a fireside chat stream, where Flamenco initially defends his previous behavior on stream from the night before, but ultimately bends the knee and completely concedes to Augie. Luckily, they reacted to the important details from the previous stream together, because to my knowledge, it has since been deleted, or at least unlisted, privated, or something by Flamenco. I can't find the original stream.
Alright, Flamenco.
Oh boy.
So
The new commentary trial.
yeah.
I'll go mute for this.
Alright.
Oh god. Oh god.
So I listened back to your stream last night.
Mm-hmm.
Which I called into, by the way, and I argued with you. Well, I don't know if I really
wrangled me. Tard wrangled me.
Yeah, basically. But I'm not gonna lie. I listened to the 20 or 30 minutes before I called in, and I didn't really like what I was hearing. And
Fair enough.
I'm going to. Well, I want to just. I want to go over it with you because.
Oh gosh.
Well, I'm not trying to fucking humiliate you, basically. That's
I gotcha.
By the way, I wasn't even planning on doing this, but since you're in the call
might as
now,
well. You might as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. Listen, this is the only way I learned not to be retarded, right?
I suppose so.
I have to say this, though. Flamenco, for those of you guys that don't know, has recently gotten a lot more prominence due to him sort of pushing away from Ethan Ralph and just generally kind of getting a little bit more mainstream. And it's resulted in him having to be on his best behavior. He's had to stop stalking me. He's had to stop being so active on Kiwi Farms, apparently. He's had to stop obsessing over me and constantly restreaming my stream and talking about me on his stream. He's had to stop spamming DMs at me and alt accounts on Discord. He's had to cut out all of his fucking stalkery shit because he knows that if I end up dropping another video on him nowadays, it could actually really hurt his reputation. I think I should. Do you think I should? I think I probably should do a video on him stalking me, considering he's really getting a lot of popularity now.
So that's the Xanderhal clip. Let me just go back to your stream. I just want to listen to your response, then I want to ask you some questions about it, basically.
Now, he has a very interesting history with his parents. He has a very interesting history with his mother, specifically. This guy has gone on record saying that his mom was mentally and physically abusive towards him. He even went so far as to say that his mother, through the nature of living in a gated community and not allowing him to leave, I don't know how that would work, was holding him at gunpoint because the gated community had a armed security force that was on that in that gated community. So I don't know if his mom knows about that. I'm wondering, should I send his mom all this nasty stuff that he said about her? It really makes you think. Bruh, I'm gonna need you to calm down. Cause, all I would be doing is I would be sending information about his mom, or about him and what he said about his mom to his mom. Now, I don't know. It would be really funny. Don't touch the poo. I don't even think that's touching the poo. I'll let you guys, I'll let you guys ask. Because 70% of you guys think that I'm not overreacting and chimping out, but I have a feeling some of you guys are also kind of teasing me a little bit. So, would telling
You made a poll?
mommy and getting
Yeah, I made a poll.
him cut off be too far. Let you guys.
In
you guys
fairness,
ask.
chat was pretty
Because like
on the,
I
on the
could
level. They were like, "Yeah, don't do this."
All right. I know I told you this last night, okay, but
Mhm.
circumstances were different last night. Let me just put it that way, okay?
Mhm.
What the fuck? You sound insane in this clip. Like, again, I know I already said that, but like, it wasn't really like the call that we had on that stream that like
Mhm.
put it into like, I guess.
No, I was already walking away from it
foundation.
after I saw the chat's reaction to it.
Were you though? You argued with them for
Yeah,
like 20
I
or
was-
30 minutes before I came in, because I came in around like the hour
I was
mark.
talking with chat about it, and I was already cooling off of it.
What? Okay, this is the problem that I have with this, right? Because like you sound like giddy almost, right? Like you sound like you're like this is something you were planning on doing that day. Because like, look, let me tell you something.
No, not on that day. Not on that day. I would only like the. I guess the.
How long were you bouncing this idea around in your head before you said it on stream?
About like an hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
And what like motivated you to go there? Because again,
So,
like I explained this to you on stream, and I was basically like, all right.
My thought is.
What's your thought?
Is that in this sort of extremely sort of spiteful, like there is a an attitude that like, oh, he's actually doing well. He's not like, you know, I do believe it was like envy and resentment, right? Because he specifically mentions that, and it's just like, okay, well, I haven't even like made a stream about
envy and
you
resentment
in like
on his part.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's like that like aspect of I just want to fucking ruin this guy because like they like that's what the clip comes off as, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, well, dude, you know what? Like you're gonna try to come because like I do agree with your point. There's absolutely nothing that he could do to me. It was just the aspect of like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna fucking let this stand. I was like, no, fuck you. You know what I mean?
You know that's Ralph logic, right?
Huh?
You know that's Ralph logic, right? Like you literally sounded like Ralph. I mean, there's like a clip.
I don't think I sounded like Ralph. I wasn't
Really?
going to try to get him blacklisted from his jobs or anything like that. I simply was going to, I guess, but I do see in hindsight that like the thing that I would say walked me back from it is that it would also like be like something mean to his mom, you know what I mean? That would like cause his mom like undue hurt or something, and that isn't like, you know, that isn't worth it. I would
the
say.
reason why I'm saying it sounds like Ralph is we're gonna play more of this, and you literally say something like word for word what Ralph said, right? But I'll ask you this, and we'll get to that when we get to that, right? But like, let me ask you this right now. Like you said, once chat immediately was like, "Whoa," that's when you cooled off, right?
No, I was definitely cooling off during that, I believe.
During that, okay.
Yeah,
What if the
it took
chat
a while.
was
It
like,
definitely
nah,
took a while.
what if the chat was like, "Nah, fuck this guy, do it."
It really depends. I wasn't gonna do it until after like this like thing, and it just depends on like
really?
how
Because
much
in the
he's trying
stream
to
you were
defame me.
debating on whether or not you should do it or whether or not you should wait and use it as like retaliation, basically.
No,
'Cause, like-
I was definitely going. The plan was always retaliation.
Okay.
Yeah, the plan was always retaliation. If it was a it also I guess would depend on the like severity, like because like in this like video he like defames me a couple of times. Apparently I'm a Holocaust denier according to him, and I don't know.
He did say that, yeah. I acknowledge that,
And
right?
and the other problem is that he has an audience that is very prone to flagging videos. So that was also, I guess, the
How do you, okay, hold on. How do you know that? And first of all,
he's publicly directed people to flag people's videos before.
who specifically?
Here, I actually have a clip of that.
You?
Yeah.
No, has he threatened to flag you?
Oh no, not me, no. But I have a feeling that if there was a video made by his and his audience saw it, that they would try to flag me. Again, this was
that's
not
what they
a,
say about us, right? Like they say that commentary people, like you, I've literally had people like say like I'm pretty sure Def Noodles has said like I can't go after these guys because they'll flag me on Twitter or they'll flag my videos.
I've
never fucking encouraged videos.
That. He directly directs people to flag
is?
people's videos.
All right, let me see this. Also, even if that's true, you're stooping to his level, which gives him like fucking, because now he's just gonna be like, it's just gonna be this never-ending game of like he stoops so low, so you're like, well, I'm gonna go lower, and then he's just gonna go lower, and then you're gonna go, and then your guys are just like equally as shit. You know, that's what happens to Ralph, right? Like Ralph will try to justify every action he makes by just saying like, oh, well, the person I'm doing it to either sucks worse or is adjacent with people that suck worse, right? So I can fucking threaten to go to Augie's house because Augie was on PPP stream, and in PPP stream, Jesse from Pod Awful called in, and Jesse went to my fucking house, and Jesse was obviously constructed to go there by Andy Worski. You know, like Ralph plays these games all the time where it's just fucking guilt by association, right? So that's why I'm saying you sound like Ralph in this. But there's also another clip where you say, but again, we'll get to that in a second here. Let me see this.
Matt Walsh is very stupid. And listen, I'm gonna take a page from Demon Mama's book here and say, there's actually a way. If you find that a YouTube video is breaking YouTube's TOS, YouTube's rules, if you so desire, there's actually a way to leave a special comment that goes directly to YouTube. Do you guys know that? You can leave a special comment that YouTube themselves can read? Let me show you how you do it. There's these 3 dots right here, and you click these 3 dots, and you press this button, and it lets you leave, if you choose to do so, out of your own volition, out of your own decision, you can leave a special comment for YouTube themselves to read about what you thought of this video.
Okay, all right.
If you...
So yeah, he sucks for this. I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I still don't like this.
Yeah, and also I guess like the other thing I need to get out there is that like all of this was never a like an ultimatum sort of thing. It's a like, I don't fucking care if you make the video, but if you do, go after me.
I think you do care. You seem very threatened by it, though.
I'm definitely not threatened by it.
Maybe not anymore after I explain to you why there's no reason to be upset by this.
No,
but like,
I already accepted.
How are you not threatened by it? You're literally sitting here threatening him, though. Like, that's like a response.
One, this was never, like, throughout the entire thing of the video, I made it clear that this is not like I was telling him to fucking make the video. I was telling him do
also,
it.
like,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
maybe. I mean, I'm sure you're saying that too. Like, I was telling Technicals to make the fucking video on me or something like that, but I wasn't looking forward to it, and I'll be the first to tell you that. I was a bit worried about that. I was like, I don't know about this. And the reason why I think you were threatened by it, honestly, is just because you wrote me at like 6 a.m. or something.
I was already up at that time though. I was already working on homework.
Yeah. But like, as soon as you saw me go online on Discord the previous day, right? You started texting me. You're like, dude, this guy, crazy clip just happened or something. You were super eager to show me, right? You were like trying to like get into call with me, and I couldn't because I was on the phone with a family member at the time. That was why I was up that early in the morning, right? But then later that day, you called me or I called you or something, and you showed me the clip or something. So obviously, this is something that you were extremely excited about, whether that was excited like fear or happy or, just excited. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, this is something that was important to you in one way or the other, right? And when you go on stream and you act like unhinged like this, it just leads me to think that you're threatened by it or something like that, right? Like you're resorting to like a new low that you've been accused of going previously, but have never appeared to have gone before up until now. Although you're just speculating, you don't actually do it. Think fuck.
Like I was definitely,
Jesus.
I would, like I said before, I think I was definitely motivated by anger. It definitely angered me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like this like, fucking snide. I'm gonna snipe at this person because of this, and it's just like, wow, you're such a fucking piece of shit, and I fucking hate you. You know what I mean? But like, I
ask you this before? Like,
threaten means that I'm trying to do this as a means to which to deter it. I don't know. I don't think so.
I've asked you this before. Well, first of all, you're absolutely trying to deter him because by threatening to send like his dirt to his mom or something, right? You're establishing that you're willing to go to a new low so that if he decides to fuck with you, you're going to do something that's going to make him think twice about making a video about you. Is that not fair? I mean, that's why I think it's a threat. That's why I think you care.
I don't think it. I don't think it was a threat. I don't think it was to deter. It wasn't to like offer an ultimatum or anything. It was like, if this
you're
happens,
literally threatening to do it in retaliation, though. That's what you're saying right now, right? You're saying like you were going to do it. In response.
But it would be retaliation. I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're like, if you make a video and defame me, I will do this in response.
I still don't think that it was a like trying to deter it, though. That's at least not the attitude that I came through, but I can see how it.
Okay. Let's listen to more.
I could go full like on that sort of thing. Save it for after he makes his attempt? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm
So this person says save it for after he makes an attempt, and you're like, yeah, maybe. Which leads me to think that you wanted to do it before an attempt was made, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But you're telling me that you were only going to do it in retaliation.
Yeah, I was kind of walking back from that, I think.
Then why didn't you tell me, like, just now that you planned to do this at the start, then chat made you walk back I'll do it to retaliation, and then I came in and I made you walk it back completely.
I thought that this threat was enough to warrant it.
But
and then I was sort of walking back while I was talking with chat.
Flamenco, what I'm saying is, I just asked you right now if you were planning on doing this in period or just as a retaliation move, right? And you told me retaliation, but we're watching the video right now and the chat is telling you only do it in retaliation, and you're like, yeah, sure.
Listen, I was.
Are you lying?
Walking,
I don't understand.
I was. My mindset was like walking back and forth from that like throughout the entire night.
But are you lying to me right now?
No.
Then why did you tell me that you always planned in retaliation when that's obviously not the case?
I misspoke then. I'm sorry.
You okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm kind of cooling off on it.
I'm talking about where I was around like the time that I was like talking to you. Also, bear in mind, I've gotten like 4 hours of sleep last night because I was up extremely late editing up like more like VTube shit. So I do apologize. I'm not intentionally like trying to like obfuscate or anything.
Okay.
I don't know, dude. I'm a petty person. I don't know what to tell you. I'm a petty person. I will go low as people do. Okay, people are saying that's a little bit too far. Fair enough. You worded it funny? Yeah. Because, like, at this point, I've gone, like, kind of under the radar, right? I don't know.
Okay. So that line you said there, right? I'm a petty person. I will go as low as people do. That is, like, quote for quote, something Ethan Ralph would say.
Yeah, I can see that.
So when I'm telling you that you sound exactly like Ralph, like, it's not just me exaggerating. Like, that's literally Ralph's justification. I'm petty as fuck. People don't know how fucking petty I am. Oh, when they go low, I'll go lower. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I can understand that. I definitely like. I'm not. Somebody in the chat was bringing it up, and I'm gonna like be 100% real with you guys. Like, I definitely overreacted. This is definitely overreaction. I got really fucking mad. I got like really, really, really fucking mad. I was pissed off. I don't even know why I was pissed off, honestly. Because like you said before, even when you were telling it to me before, I was like already kind of like agreeing with the fact that it wasn't really like there wasn't really anything that he could actually do, right? And I don't know, there's just something that like fucking set me off, and I was just fucking infuriated, and I guess I acted like a massive fucking asshole. I will say that now I have no intention to do it. I'm gonna just fucking laugh at him, but I don't know. I can understand where.
Wait, you're saying you had no intention to do it, or you?
No, no. I'm saying I have none now because I realized like, one, it's not fucking worth it. Two, it's not going to accomplish anything, and three, like, I don't know. I guess the best revenge is living well. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. I definitely got mad. And I definitely overreacted. Okay. I'm not trying to like downplay that. If it sounds like I am, I apologize. But like I legitimately just got fucking pissed off. I legitimately got pissed off, and you know, it's frustrating. It's frustrating because, you know, people get to kind of lie with impunity. There's literally like apparently there's parts of this video where like he's got a friend that's going on, or he's got something in the chat going on. It's like, oh, he was talking about doing all this just a month ago. It's just like, no, I fucking wasn't. I don't know. It's just it's shit like that really fucking pisses me off. If he wants to say, hey, he made like a bunch of Spurgy Discord accounts to fuck with me. You know what? 100%. I fucking did that. I 100% fucking did that. You're gonna lie about my fucking channel to try to get people to flag me? Like, I I don't know. Because I know that, like, you know, he's fucking irrelevant. He's fucking irrelevant. But there's like that aspect that, like, oh, I'm going to try to go after you. I'm going to try to poison your reputation among anybody that you're talking to. I'm going to try to hang an albatross around my neck as like a petty little ass thing because you fucking are, you know, able to actually gain relevance on the internet and I'm not. And it's just that fucking like little ankle biting shit that pissed me off. I don't know.
So you're admitting that the Discord allegation?
I've always been upfront with that. I've always said that.
What was the thing that you denied from the Vaush video?
There's half of them. There's half of them that aren't me, but there was ones that I don't have separate accounts on like anything other than Discord though.
Okay, not the website stuff is all fake, I guess.
Yeah.
And what about Kiwi Farms?
Yeah, I only have one account there.
Just one account. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit of a spurg. I don't know what to tell you.
You're a little bit of a spurg, but you've never done anything like unethical up to
Not
the
yet,
point
anyway.
Last night.
Not yet, anyway.
Well, they definitely where you were threatening to do something.
Yeah. Possibly
right.
that. Yeah.
Possibly.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think? Well, first of all,
not since I've been like doing like internet stuff like this, like the YouTube stuff. I definitely think I've like calmed down a little bit, but you know.
Let me just be clear. So when you threatened like send like quote unquote a letter to his mom, like what does that mean? Like an email or like a physical letter?
An email. Just send something that like, hey, this is all the shit that your son's been saying about you on the internet. Take that as you will.
How are you planning on how are you planning on getting her information basically, right? Because that almost sounds like a dox threat.
No. I think like because he was already doxed before, I wouldn't post it or anything. I would just like, I don't know. I can understand how that comes off too.
Well, how are you going to send her the email?
I think it's already available, but I'm not entirely sure.
That doesn't sound good, dude.
Okay, fair enough. Well, no,
Bonnie's
like his
in the chat.
docs have already been out. His docs have been already out for a while. No. Again, I'm trying to say like this is not stuff that like I obtained. This is things that already existed.
Well, what do you mean by that? By saying it already exists? Like
it existed like 2 years ago, I think.
So that would make what you're doing like less like unethical because it already exists.
One, I
like,
wouldn't be the one like attempting to dox the person, and I wouldn't be using
so
like dox. So
you would use like a dox that's already available?
Yeah, but not like to publish it, if that makes sense.
That's not good, dude. That's really not good because you're literally this is the people that get accused of like doxing, right? I mean, Ralph used Zoom to dox Gator.
Right.
We all say that Ralph doxed Gator because he played that video. But technically,
Ralph
you want to get into the exact details of it, right? He played a video that doxed Gator. Now, nobody gives Ralph credit. Nobody's like, well, you know, Ralph didn't dox Gator because all he did was play a video that doxed Gator. Nobody actually says that. That's retarded. Ralph doxed Gator. Okay, everybody acknowledges this except for Ralph because he's obviously retarded and he's never gonna come out and say that he did that, right? He denies doxing me. His literal excuse is like, I didn't dox Augie, I posted his phone number. That's as retarded as it gets. Okay, so you're saying that you were contemplating using a publicly available dox of somebody's mother to send them dirt on about their son, about what their son said about them. That's not just like, I just have to stress this, right? Because like you're saying that you had this idea for like an hour, you were contemplating this idea and you mentioned it on stream and immediately your chat is negative towards it. So you start backing down a little bit. You're like, well, I'll only do it in retaliation. Well, I might not do it at all. Well, I'll run a poll and just figure out if we're going to do it, right? And then you're arguing with your chat for like, 20, 30 minutes or something, and then I come into the chat and I'm like, Flamenco, we need to have a talk, right? And then the whole chat's been like, oh, Augie, please go and talk sense to him. I come in there and I explain, I break it down for you, why what you're doing is retarded, just like I'm doing right now, right? And you instantly are like, yeah, I can see how, I understand it or whatever. It's like, on one hand, I appreciate you for taking accountability. I appreciate you for acknowledging that this is insane, right? But it worries me that you even went to this in the first place, and I don't really know how to like respond to that because it's just like,
fair enough.
It's not just something that's like just randomly like I guess on one hand I can just like whatever, you took accountability for it, GG, I guess, but like on the other hand it's like, fuck man, this is a little bit hard for me to overlook.
I gotcha. I guess I guess like I don't know. I guess like now I have less of I definitely don't want to do it, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense or not.
Mm-hmm. Just to be clear, what's your stance on using somebody's already posted docs? Like, do you think that that's bad?
It depends on what you're using it for, I would say.
So what's like a good example of using somebody's already posted docs?
So like in a bad way, if you like keep on reposting it, you know what I mean? Like if you're like rebroadcasting it onto the internet just to fuck with people, like I would say that's bad. If you send like a letter to them or something, I guess that would be a little bit less bad, but I can understand why that's like a little fucking weird.
Just a little weird?
What a little bit weird. Yeah.
What if I got into an argument with Nick, right? And because his fucking address is out there or something, you know, like let's say I don't know, sent a bunch of fucking pizzas to his house just to troll him and be like, lol, you're fat, I sent pizzas to your house or something like that, right? Like, at the end of the day, is it harmless? I mean, yeah, pizzas can't hurt you, but that's still an insane thing to do because I'm taking a situation that is at the core just a fucking disagreement on the internet and I'm taking it to their house. Maybe not me showing up there, right? But I'm retrieving their most private information, which I do consider addresses, names.
Right.
That's still their private information, right?
Right.
And I'm obtaining this. First of all, I know where it is. I know how to find it. And I'm admitting to that. I'm obtaining it and I'm using it to fuck with you, basically, right? Even if it's in like a harmless way. I don't know. But this isn't even that harmless, honestly. Like the example I gave is actually better than what you were suggesting to do, right?
I would say it's on
the example that I'm giving is I just sent a bunch of fucking food to Nick's house or something like that. The example that you're giving is potentially causing permanent issues with the relationship between Xanderhal and his mom. Yeah. Why? And also not to mention the fact that his mom has nothing to do with his activities on the internet, right?
Yeah,
you're in an argument with Xanderhal. You're not in an argument with Xanderhal's mom. You're not in an argument with fucking, you don't have any issue with what Xanderhal's mom has posted because she's a private figure, right?
Yeah.
But now you're going to make her life potentially hell by showing her a bunch of shit he said about her and adding some sort of major family feud and potentially driving a wedge in this guy's family. And you even like laughing at it. You're like, hold on. There's like a clip in here that I need to fucking play, right? Because like it just sounds so insane. Okay, here it is. Listen to this.
We're gonna do that later. Some people are saying do it. Some people are saying don't do it. It's not ruination. No, it wouldn't be ruination because you just have to get a freaking job. I want.
What does that mean?
I believe that he's probably like being subsidized by his mom.
You sound like a schizo. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Do you have like any evidence for that? Who cares?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. And I guess like the one thing I will say though is that like once people kind of like laid it out for me that like, hey, if you do this, like that's gonna hurt his mom, I kind of would say that I like immediately moved off of that because like you are right that his mom didn't really have anything to do with it.
But like in this clip, you're like, I want to ruin his job. Yeah. Right? Because you think that what you would be doing would affect his job. Because you think that his mom is paying his bills, and by causing a wedge between him and his mom, obviously mom's not going to pay the bills anymore, which is what you think is happening. So you think you're going to make this dude fucking homeless unless he's able to get another fucking job. That's insane. Okay. Like you're literally threatening to ruin his life.
I don't.
And you're gloating about it, and you're laughing about it on stream. I don't think it would ruin his life.
But you just said minor inconvenience. I think it would cause.
What do you mean a minor inconvenience? You're talking about making him lose his fucking job.
I do not think it would cause him to get evicted.
I don't care. You're literally making him ruin his, like, you're in this clip. You think that what you're going to do is going to cause him to lose his job, right? Mm-hmm. How the fuck is that not a big deal?
No, you're right. You're right.
I mean, this should just be obvious to you, man. Like, it shouldn't have to be me telling you this, you know?
Mm-hmm. You know, maybe I don't know. I probably had like blinders on when I was going into this probably. So I do appreciate like everyone telling me that I was fucking up.
Yeah. Mega's usual stream was when he was talking to Augie and saying that the mailing the mother thing wasn't harassment.
It wasn't meant to be harassment. It wouldn't be meant to be harassment.
But But again, like, what do you mean by that, right? Because, like, it wasn't meant to be harassment, except I meant for him to lose his, like, ability to, like, pay his bills and shit.
I wouldn't be, like, sending, like, you know, like 50 pizzas to her address or anything. You know what I mean?
But, Flamenco, you're literally saying, like, he won't be able to, like, live anymore unless he gets another job, which isn't even, like, if I fucking, let's say I had the ability to snap my fucking fingers right now and just terminate your YouTube channel, which is your job right now. That's how you make money, is the income you make from your streams, right? If I snap my fucking fingers and your channel's gone, would you not consider that to be, like, drastic to the point where you would have to get a new fucking job, you know, because of this grave thing that I've done to you? Obviously, okay? Yeah. Obviously. I don't know. There's conversations
You're right.
Okay. All right.
No,
it's just like,
I will say this, like, unequivocally. I would definitely say what I was planning to do, or what I was, like, contemplating doing, is extremely unacceptable. I 100% acknowledge that, and I will endeavor to not, I guess, get into that mindset ever again. I did get mad. I got irrationally angry at somebody who, at the end of the day, is pretty, like, meaningless at this point. I definitely, because like when I don't know, I don't need to like get into this into these dramas for, like, my channel to pop off. Apparently all I need to do is, like, cover my VTuber news, and I'll do just good. So I think what I need to do going forward is to just completely fucking ignore this retard.
That's a good idea.
I get irrationally
That's
angry when it comes to this person.
And the thing is that we've had this conversation before. I've always told you, I think you're, like, way too...
I get way too mad at
you get way too mad at Xanderhal specifically. There's something about Xanderhal. You don't even do this with Vaush, really. At least not that I've noticed.
I want to, because, like, people are in the chat. People are in the chat, and, like, I do see you guys. And yeah, no, you guys are 100% right. Like, I just need to fucking stop, because, like, I wasn't trying. I really didn't mean for it to come off like I was rationalizing my behavior. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's a good outcome. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. I guess, like, from now on, the only thing I can ask from chat is that if I come on to Augie's things, just don't ask me. I'm gonna be on my best behavior from now on.
Nice. Well, that's good to hear. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna bounce from the call, but all right. You have a good one, man. Okay. Well, that was good. I mean, I'm glad. Yeah, he seemed to kind of. I was a little bit unsure where that conversation was going, but towards the end, that seemed to be pretty positive. So yeah, I'm genuine when I say I don't like the live ruination shit. I mean, it's not just a grift to go after Ralph. I'm always consistent with this. I have been since the channel started. Like, one of the first fucking stories we covered was Keemstar engaging in life ruination, right? So if I'm going to be consistent on the big level, then I have to be consistent on the smaller level too. You know what I mean? So,
yo, Bobby Bologna is that Bobby Bologna is actually is that apparently Xander is getting some views again. Yeah, totally organic. He's definitely not subbotting or anything. Yep. I'm gonna guess next time he live streams, he's still gonna have, like, sub 200 people. So it doesn't really matter. Like, my channel is still, like, on the rise. This channel is stagnating in a puddle of piss.
This is an old clip. It's just more shit Flamenco admits he was wrong. Yeah, it's an old clip. I mean, that's just more schizo posting. I mean, I'll tell Flam to his face that he sounds like a schizo when I think he does.
As you can see here, this was the first indication that Flamenco, despite covering Ethan Ralph's antics to a shockingly dedicated degree, was still unable to completely escape another similar drama. In this case, Flam went as far to use identical rhetoric to justify his unhinged meltdowns to something you would see from Ethan Ralph. In a vacuum, this is certainly something that I guess can be overlooked, but as Flamenco's relevance grew following this conversation, ultimately the comparisons to his former associate, Ethan Ralph, would become more numerous as well. On the same night as the previous clip, I joined the stream and outlined my hesitancy to fully believe Flamenco because apparently he just had some little lapse in judgment and started thinking about committing life ruination against Xanderhal. I'm sorry if I don't necessarily believe him. Hello?
What's up? Augie asked Nick what he thinks about... Okay. Oh, I guess the call earlier.
Yeah, no, I thought some pretty big red flags went off last night, not gonna lie. I'll start off with a positive. Very glad that Flamenco turned around and said, like, hey, these are objectively bad. That's not the vibe I got from your call last night. I believe there's like a quote that he said where you're like saying, well, that's like harassment and stuff like that. And he goes, I wouldn't say that contacting his mom is harassment. I could have sworn that was like a quote that he said directly to you, and it went like uncontested. So I was like, yeah, I mean, it's really cool that he keeps saying like, no, Augie, you're right. But like every time you pushed him, he got really defensive. And that was an awkward fucking thing that came out. But I think he gets it. Look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know for a matter of fact he's not going to do anything like that again, or that he even realized what he did was wrong. Like definitively, it could just as easily be like everyone told him it was a bad thing, and then he went, oh, okay, that must be a bad thing. I would hope that he realized it for himself. But I do agree that staying away from Xanderhal for the foreseeable future would produce a better Flamenco. Because Flamenco has a very tough time with that one topic. And though Xanderhal has the capacity to be really fucking annoying, really obnoxious, says extremely stupid stuff, politics that I don't agree with, all these fucking things, right? It turns Flamenco into a completely different person every time he interacts with him. To almost a startling
He doesn't
degree.
usually go, whenever Xanderhal's brought up, he'll say some things and you're like, that is vicious.
Like if we like travel, like let's pretend I'm Xanderhal in this scenario, right? Is Flamenco gonna text my fucking mother on me because her fucking phone number's out there? It was exposed by Ralph. He didn't dox it. Is he gonna text my fucking mother? Like, is that a guy that I want around me or whatever? That's why it's like I'm hoping he's never gonna do anything like that again. This is just like okay, well now I'm gonna look over my shoulder a little bit, but I would like to believe this is behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely got a better vibe at the end of the call today
me too.
than last night. So I think it was pretty good. Yeah, I don't know. Last night was pretty fucking crazy because it's like
it was hilarious.
Somebody fucking messaged me. They're like, "Did you hear what Flamenco just said on stream? He's threatening to do this," and I'm like, "Okay, sure."
Well, I mean, if Flamenco was watching anybody else, I know exactly what he would go. He'd go, oh, he said the quiet part out loud. That's how. Am I wrong? Is that?
No, that's literally something you would say.
Those guys have like a toxic relationship. It's like fucking Xanderhal will go on and be like, Flamenco denies the Holocaust, and then Flamenco will go on and go, Xanderhal must be subbotting again. Like it's just like all these guys just like swing lies at each other. It's like really awkward.
What's the?
Again,
I
think
it's
it'll be much
IBS
more
poison. I mean,
it is IBS poison, but again, Xanderhal wasn't in IBS, so I don't know why he does that too.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
But that's like shit out of the IBS playbook. You know, just fucking everyone just randomly accusing each other of like just terrible shit. Just randomly.
Hey, look, I'm not gonna shit on Flamenco and Gator and all those people or anything like that, but like, it's one thing to go on a show like that. It's another to be like an active co-host. If I thought Flamenco was 100% always on the up and up, I mean, that would be probably kind of delusional, I would say. Like, I mean, I made a video in 2018, right? Follow me on this, where I exposed Ralph for doxing, for hosting like people trying to get Hassan's information on his website, doxing like Jared Holt and stuff like that, doxing Tonka, doxing all those people. And this is all in his server and stuff like that. And all these guys came out saying like, Nick, what the fuck are you talking about? Ralph doesn't dox anybody and all this stuff. They're just playing stupid and lying and stuff like that. And then when Ralph finally goes down, once Gator finally decided that Ralph was like, you know, too much, right? Gator comes out and says something. Suddenly, it's like we all knew Ralph was doxing for years, right? Mm-hmm. We all fucking knew. Oh, he's been doxing since Gamergate. He's been doxing all here. He's been doxing all there. I mean, like, I know he's been doxing. He doxed me for making that video. So I don't know what they were okay with back in 2018. Just like I don't know what they're okay with now in 2020, in 2022. You know what I mean? Like, I always
Right.
keep all those guys kind of look. I look over my shoulder at all those guys. As much as Gator's been super nice to me, I don't know if I would ever be like buds with Gator. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not buds with Flamenco. I don't know what Flamenco would do to me if we ever got into drama. These people seem super cool, but like, I don't know. I'm not asking to establish a long-term friendship with these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Our next stop will take us to Doc on the radio stream, and in this debate, Aiden Projects confronted Flamenco on some fairly bad reporting, and instead of conceding where Aiden clearly had him caught, he did something rather interesting. I previously thought that Flamenco was physically unable to concede on any argument. You can ask Augie, I've been saying this for a while. The clip made me absolutely sure this was the case.
So you said, and I assume everybody in chat and you, Doc, you're aware of like the Keffels situation or whatever's going on between Keffels and Destiny and, you know, that whole drama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, first of all, just to clarify, I am not a fan of Keffels. I've actually called them out in like all my tweets about them. They have me blocked, so I have no reason to defend this person.
God, it's like every single person that comes to argue about with the Keppel stuff is also blocked by them. It's really funny.
Yeah, I'm not a fan by any means, so I'm not gonna try and be unfair here. But basically, Flamenco said, so Keffel's got super doxed and in the process of deleting everything, with the cake being that she got ousted from her Communist Party chapter for embezzling funds to fund her opiate habit. Lol.
Mm-hmm.
So my problem with this, right, is first of all, you know, embezzlement is a crime. This is stated like it is fact. This tweet does not say alleged. This tweet does not say, you know, it's being claimed. This tweet does not. I mean, this is a tweet that is stated as fact, a fact of a crime. So if I go here, hold on, let me pull it up. You know, I was curious as to, because it, you know, everybody was kind of running with this. So I was curious as to what like proof you had in relation to this tweet of claiming.
This screenshot or this tweet screenshot, and by the way, your screen share is on my thing, so please don't make sure you've got nothing that's gonna go in. So the main reason that I find this tweet to be very credible is the fact that, one, this is something that predates all the drama that involved Keffels. 2, this is a tweet that has very little engagement, so I don't think this is something that was supposed to blow up. I don't think this person was a very popular person back in the day. And the last one is that it sort of correlates with other things that are related to this person. Specifically, it's not as much the opioid thing; it's the dominatrix thing, which correlates with Keffels' weird relationship with some of the cat boys on Discord.
Okay. I'm mainly focused on the embezzlement part specifically. If that correlates, that's fine.
That is the claim that this person is making right here. Yeah.
Okay. So I asked for like the tweet with like proof relating to the claim, and this is what you linked as your proof. Do you understand why this is not enough to state something as fact, especially
I don't think that's true.
Of a crime?
I don't think that's true.
So you think the word of a Twitter user is enough to state something as fact?
I think that it's more evidence than Keffels has laid out for any of her claims.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm not asking how much evidence she's laid out. I'm asking, in your personal opinion, do you think that the word of a Twitter user is enough to state that somebody committed a crime as a fact?
With this one specifically, I think it's a pretty credible allegation.
Unblock Colton.
Okay. Regardless of how credible you think it is, you stated it as fact. That is the problem that I'm having here. Normally,
in the tweet specifically, yes. In the tweet specifically, yes. Also, I have some spelling errors in that tweet, so it is what it is. However, in the video stream that I did, I was very clear that like this is the allegation and why I believe this is extremely credible.
Okay, I mean, regardless of how, whether you think it's extremely credible or not, do you understand how it may be like a little bit defamatory to accuse somebody of a crime without any?
I don't think it is.
This is your only evidence. Your only evidence is the word of a Twitter user.
No, it came to light that this is what happened. They can dispute that if they want to, but this is what came to light as a result of Keffels' major kerfuffle. This wasn't being talked about until after they took credit for getting Destiny banned on Twitch.
The problem, but the problem here is in the initial tweet, this is stated as fact. There's no allegedly. There's no this is being claimed. There's like this is stated as a fact, as if it happened, right? And if this is the only proof you have for the fact that it happened in relation to the crime that Keffels is being accused of, I think that that's incredibly irresponsible to state it as fact.
One crime. I don't like. I'm not like reporting this to the police. I'm not reporting like, they did this to the police or anything. Like, you're really hung up on the crime thing. I don't think that they chart. One, I don't even know if the statute of limitations on that sort of thing is like past 3 years now.
You made an accusation of embezzlement, yes or no?
I didn't make the accusation of embezzlement. The Twitter user made the accusation of embezzlement.
They made the accusation and you reiterated it as fact, right? Embezzlement, which is a crime, correct?
I don't fully know if I fully like said it as like a fact.
So we can't establish. Okay, so in this tweet, there is no if, there is no alleged, there is no like somebody is claiming this.
And there's also spelling errors. Yes, this was
very
spur of the moment tweet. Yes.
You were okay, but you're talking about somebody committing a crime. Okay, I don't care if it's spur of the moment. At the end of the day, what you said is, so Keffels got super doxxed, and in the process of deleting everything, with the cake being that she got ousted from her Communist Party chapter for embezzling funds to fund her opiate habit, lol, and your only evidence is the claim of a Twitter user, right? Embezzlement is a crime. Does this not seem irresponsible to you for this to be a spur of the moment tweet?
I don't think it's at all irresponsible. There's evidence to back it up. There is
what
corroborating evidence that makes the allegation credible. Specifically,
what evidence?
Like the tweet, the allegation is out there. Allegations are evidence.
A tweet is not evidence. A tweet is not evidence.
Allegations are evidence. Allegations are evidence.
No, they are not.
Yes, they are. Allegations are absolutely evidence.
Allegations are not evidence. That is completely absurd.
Allegations are absolutely evidence.
No, your logic, that is so flawed, because at the end of the day, as I said,
people don't use allegations as evidence.
No, really? in no jurisdiction or allegation.
So testimony at any point is never used in court proceedings, is what you're saying. It's never used as evidence.
They're used, but you can't convict somebody solely off of allegations in this country. I'm sorry, that's not how that works.
Okay, one, I'm not trying to convict anybody.
I know
saying that this is
you brought up the court example. You brought up the court example, so I'm addressing it from a court standpoint.
Allegations are definitely evidence, and there are factors of that tweet that lead me to believe that that allegation is a credible one.
By that logic,
there is the timing of it, which is not at all related to anything that they're currently engaged in. So this isn't something that somebody just like said because this person is like in the news again. We're going to go after that. That's why like the Discord shit is also like pretty fucking bad, because this predates any of like anybody know about who this person was. And then there's also the tying factor that the person used the funds to fund their career as a dominatrix, which correlates to like the fucking weird Catboy collars that they're sending to the Discord people. So like there's two factors of that tweet that really strongly suggest that allegation is credible.
All right, let's really, I'm just trying to have a discussion with you, right? So by your logic, did Vaush make a video on you where he accused you of doxing?
Mm-hmm.
So by your logic, is there now evidence of you doxing because Vaush said it?
He didn't provide any specific evidence of it, though.
Oh, but you just said that an allegation is evidence. So if Vaush made an allegation of you doxing and we apply your own logic that you use for Keffels, doesn't that mean that there is now evidence of you doxing somebody?
In my case, all my postings on Twitter and all my postings on any other website are 100% public. So you can go in and check those, and my entire post history is public. I haven't deleted anything. Can't really say the same for Keffels. The people who have gone to Keffels' defense on this have also not provided any evidence that they left on their own accord.
Hey, but at the end of the day, you literally alleged a crime, and the only basis that you have is a tweet.
Can we please stop it with the loaded language, buddy?
It's not, how is it loaded? That's what happened.
You accused her of a crime. Like,
yeah, that's exactly that's exactly what you did. You used the word embezzlement. That's the word you used.
Yes, they took money from the funds, as the allegation states. I believe that allegation is
but
credible.
the problem is you didn't state it as an allegation.
I believe that allegation is 100% credible.
But you didn't state. I believe you stated it as fact.
I would probably reword the tweet a little bit, but I would say that there is a very credible allegation.
Is somebody's word just credible enough for you to go out and say, okay, this is fact? That is that enough for you?
I believe it.
Okay, then you are the most gullible person on earth. I'm sorry.
I'm the most gullible person on earth?
Yeah, if somebody's word is enough for you to state like a crime as fact, I'm sorry, you are insanely gullible.
It's not just their word, it's the fact that there are several factors of that tweet that jive with other things that we now know about Keffels. The allegation is a lot more credible because the information surrounding it seems to match up with things that are also out in the open now.
While I've never used the term funny to describe false pedophile allegations, it's hard not to laugh in hindsight. Flamenco's credible allegation take is something that I would expect to hear from Ethan Klein or Def Noodles. Flamenco's credible allegation take is placing the burden of proof on the accused rather than the accuser. He actively shames a person for not defending themselves against a baseless allegation the way that Flamenco himself deems correct. That's why it's more funny that the same logic was used later to call Flamenco a pedophile, which he is not. Flamenco was set up by multiple people in a Steam group chat, and his entire community almost ate him alive. But by Flamenco's own logic, well, that pedophile allegation was just, credible. Despite the fact that the accusers would never prove adequate evidence, Flamenco was forced to try and prove a negative on the Kino Casino stream. While I assume there's no bad blood between any of these parties now, as Flamenco can certainly empathize with PPP based on, his position in this conversation.
Hey, Augie. Hey, you're on the air, Augie. What's good?
What's up?
What's going on, King?
Flamenco, why are you believe all women now?
Damn.
So you know how we feel about women. You know how we feel about women, Flam.
Yeah, you know how we feel about women, Flam.
I don't even know if that person. I don't even know if the person making the allegations is a woman. Actually,
whoa, no, whoa.
I think that the allegations that get out there should be looked into. Yeah, and allegations are evidence. Like I said before. Some people were talking about the Kick Vic thing. The allegations about Vic are 100% evidence against him. However, his recounting and evidence that he's provided since then of oh, well, you actually acted like this when we did this, and here's evidence of that, and all that sort of stuff is counter evidence to that. And it's stronger evidence than that. And that's what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
But when you're going on Twitter, right, and the clip right here, can I play this or something? Just
yeah,
so that
sure.
I think allegations are credible until they're proven discredible.
Okay, allegations are credible until they're proven discredible. All right. So Flamenco, let's say that tomorrow, all right, some random fucking account on Twitter that you've never fucking heard of before, an obvious burner account, drops the Flamenco twit longer. And in this twit longer, they accuse you of molesting a 12-year-old or something like that. They claim that they're the 12-year-old and that last year you molested them and now they're 13 and coming out with their story. And they also gave you CP or something on top of that and stuff like that, right? Let's say all of this fucking awful shit happens, right? And on your perspective, this never fucking happened. Obviously, conversations like this didn't even fucking exist. You have no fucking idea what this person's talking about. It's a total schizo post. It's total bullshit, right? How do you prove that that didn't happen if you have no record of it happening and no way to respond to it other than just saying, this is bullshit, it didn't happen, right?
Go into any
normal society, if you came out and you were like, this is bullshit, they can't prove shit, they don't have anything, this is obviously a lie, right? And we would all be like, yeah, true.
If this is a person who is talking to me in Discord or something, I would show the full logs of everything that I've said to them on Discord. If they're
let's say there was no logs, it never existed. You've never even spoken to this person before. They're just making something completely up.
I would demand that they provide evidence that I even never talked to them then.
But is the allegation supposed to be taken seriously if they don't have anything? What if they manufactured perfect one-to-one fake DMs? And
well, then if
all
they
you can say
manufactured
is,
one-to-one DMs, I screen share me going through my Discord. It's like I've never fucking talked to this person.
what if you just deleted the conversation? Or what if you had it on a different account?
I would ask them to provide their end of those DMs with me, with my Twitter or with my Discord at.
What if they made a completely fake account and claimed that it was yours?
I would still have my Discord at that has like the specific number.
What if they claimed that it was? What if they claimed that it was an alt?
Would they say that it was an alt?
Yeah.
I would ask them to prove that I like ever said that was me. Yeah.
But if you couldn't prove your innocence and they couldn't prove your guilt under your logic, isn't it just credible? Like, can't we just fucking
not
take
unless
that
they
as
like give
truth?
actual evidence of like things that I had. Yeah.
But why isn't it credible?
Because they haven't provided evidence that ties me to that thing.
But what if they just fake it? Like, how can you prove that it's like, you see what I mean? Like, yeah, I agree with you, obviously, right? The burden of proof is on them.
Right, exactly.
Which is contradictory to what you said in the debate before, right?
No, I don't think it is.
Because before, you seemed to laugh at the idea that the burden of proof was on the accuser. Before, you seemed to say that that wasn't a big deal. But now, in this hypothetical, obviously,
Again,
you have to say that the burden of proof
I'm
is on the
saying that
accuser,
when
right?
I'm saying that people's reading of this idea of burden of proof is a little skewed. If I'm making the allegation that they are lying about me and then I provide evidence, that's not me like disregarding the burden of proof. If I'm making the claim this person is a fucking liar, I need to back that up with things that I have. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody says, oh, like you were talking very sexually to me at like blah, 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 and they showed the logs, like, huh, that's really weird. I was streaming at that time. That's really weird. How would I have done that? I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Your chat is crying about like what if scenarios, but like all of these what if scenarios could happen, right?
Yeah,
like
no,
that's
I get that. I get that.
Arguing under like the possibility that things like
I know
this
we're all
happen,
arguing.
and
We're all arguing
right.
hypotheticals. Yeah,
Right.
and I'm saying that I would go through these steps to do that. And what I'm saying is that Keffels hasn't done that.
But I'm just saying, like, your logic that you apply in this debate wouldn't hold up in any other situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
think so. I don't think so though.
Because
because the allegations still exist.
I just don't like. I don't understand why it's the burden of proof on the accuser in one situation but not the other. Like I just don't understand like what the difference is.
Well, if you're disputing it, the burden of proof is on the person disputing it. Like that, you're making the accusation. This person is lying. You need to back that up.
But if the burden of proof is on you to disprove something that you genuinely can't disprove because it's impossible to prove a negative, you're fucked.
I would, I guess, say that they have no evidence that that's even associated to me then, I guess.
So far, we've heard justification on why Flamenco can use a leaked dox of Xanderhal's mother and subsequently use it to get him evicted. And we've also now heard Flamenco plea that allegations are evidence, which means facts are whatever we want. While these are two things that sound like they'd come from Ethan Ralph's mouth, unfortunately in this case, it was our boy Flamenco. Finally, we're gonna go on that last one. We're gonna talk about the last thing now and discuss what I'm gonna call Strike 3. Mr. IBS himself got tired of jokes at his expense. The same jokes, in fact, that he's been laughing at Ralph for getting mad over.
I commissioned Mike the Bike to make a song. So I'm going to look at the chat and we are going to listen to the Mike the Bike Never Before Heard
Mike the Bike records a song saying, Flamenco, leave them kids alone. Now that's just tragic.
So, what's the deal with you on Twitter, man? Why are you like spurging out at Salvo? What's the deal with that?
I ain't bringing out at anybody. I flat out just said, hey, if you're fucking taking commissions for a song calling me a pedophile, I just don't want you around my fucking chat. I don't know. I don't know how that's like a
but like, why are you like
out there thing for people?
But like, why are you taking Salvo and seriously? Why are you taking this song seriously in the first place? Why are you giving them? Why are you giving Salvo the attention he wants? Obviously, from these DMs, he's trying to get you to, try to get a ruse out of you, man.
A rise out of me.
Whatever.
I'm annoyed by him. Yeah. Like I don't know. Like is the fact that he's retarded like justification for people to just say whatever the fuck they want though? Like I don't know.
I mean, like I
don't think that standard would really fly with like anybody else. It's just like very weird that in particular
you have a different standard for Salvo to like other people. To like
it's very fucking weird. It's very fucking weird.
What? I don't understand. Why don't you just block him on Discord then? Just block him. Like, just...
Yeah, it probably will.
Well, I mean, why didn't you do it before? Like, if you were so annoyed, dude. Like, we wouldn't be sitting here talking about you DMing Vaush, like, 20 pages on Discord or something, and calling
where he responds back. Like, I don't get how that's the same either. Like, I go through, like, my whole shit.
Well, you
like,
claim this is sort of, like...
Well, no, hold on. I go through, like, all my constant shit where people are, like, constantly trying to, like, go at me and try to fuck with me and all that sort of stuff. And... you know, Salvo goes in and says, "Hey, go yourself." Like, oh yeah.
And you're gonna take that seriously? And you're gonna take that seriously?
Retard logic.
Why do you take that? And you're gonna take that seriously? Why would you take that seriously?
Seriously, I just don't fucking like.
Okay, then why are you bringing it up in the first place?
Because I don't fucking like the guy, and if a person's like going around.
Okay, but if somebody tells you to yourself, why would you even like?
Hold on. Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
Because like I'm getting angry at Mike because he makes a fucking song for this fucking retard. I don't fucking like the guy now.
I don't understand. Like you're taking Salvo. Like I view Salvo as a troll. I think everybody else in the community does. So like, why are you taking him serious? Like I don't understand. You're just so hyper focused on Salvo.
Why are you taking it seriously? Somebody made a song about how you're a pedophile, Flam. Why are you?
Well, you endorse MC Jarbo. Well, you endorse MC Jarbo making songs about Ralph.
That's retarded, dude.
You endorse MC Jarbo doing the same thing with Ralph.
MC Jarbo never called Ralph a pedophile.
I'm fairly sure he did in one of his songs. Did he not?
No, he didn't.
At least he implied it.
No, he implied that Faith was like extremely young for Ralph.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Ralph was a pedophile. He implied Pantsu was a pedophile, but not Ralph.
I don't know, man. Like from my perspective, like listen, man. I know you get a lot of shit. You know,
the comparison with MC Jarbo, Ralph goes ballistic at anybody who even fucking plays MC Jarbo's songs on their fucking stream. I'm not saying that anybody has to like disassociate from Mike. I didn't say that anyone has to disassociate from Salvo. It's just if you're fucking helping the guy calling me a pedophile, I don't fucking want anything to do with you. I don't think that you're a good person. I think you're a piece of shit.
Like you're taking, bro. You're taking Salvo and Mike the Bike. Like you're taking this way too seriously, bro. That's all I got.
Am I taking it way too seriously?
You are.
Was there like
have you listened to the song? Have you listened to the song?
Was there not a concerted effort by like multiple people all around the place to call me a pedophile? Hey, you know what? I should go.
Who else is calling you?
I should go commission a fucking Zaptai song and call him a pedophile.
Okay.
See
listen.
how people like that.
Listen,
yeah, that's
what? Okay. The people on Kino Casino, okay, those people, okay, I disavow the PPP or Godwinson or whatever, okay, they tried to slander you as a pedo, okay, those people were trying to.
Why are you taking him so fucking seriously?
I mean, he's got.
I don't know. It's that fucking.
Salvo's entire personality is troll. Kino Casino is a show that goes over IBS drama, dude.
I don't fucking jive.
Why are you taking
logic, dude?
Okay, why are you taking Salvo seriously then, dude? Like, come on.
I'm not.
You are! You're giving him the attention!
Seriously, I just don't fucking like being called a pedophile by fucking retards and people laughing it off like it's some fucking joke.
Like, dude, just ignore it, dude. Like, Salvo's troll. Like, you know, he's trying to get a rise out of you, dude.
Call you a pedophile, dude.
Have you like heard the song from Mike? Okay,
I want to address you. I want to address you directly. Okay, so you want to tell me, okay, so first things first. Do you believe Salvo is a troll or not? I just want to get that out of the way.
I think Salvo's mentally retarded.
Okay, that's not an answer. Yes or no, do you think Salvo is a troll?
Yeah, Salvo's definitely a troll.
Okay, so do you think if you would have never responded to Salvo in the first place, he wouldn't have continued making jokes on you? The same way
that I should just lie down and let people that I'm supposedly... Hold on, let me finish real quick.
No, you didn't let me finish. You didn't let me finish.
Yeah, sure.
Okay?
Finish.
Do you not think the same way once Tipster addressed Salvo and stopped talking about him, the same way Salvo stopped responding and making things about Tipster, and Salvo even went at me at the very start. Salvo went at me for a little bit.
Salvo calling Tipster a pedophile?
Okay. So let me finish. The same fucking way that I also ignored Salvo when he was going at me too, and he stopped. Do you honestly believe that if you would have just ignored Salvo, who was very much a nobody, and still is, relative to you, a nobody, do you think if you ignored them that it would have just stopped way long ago? Instead of now, we've come to the point where literally everyone's on your ass because you're crying over a fucking song. Which, by the way, if you wanna be,
I'm not like sad. I'm not
top of your lungs
depressed.
on
I'm not
this
like upset. I'm just fucking angry.
You want to be technical? You want to be technical? You want to be technical about MC Jarbo not calling Ethan a pedophile? Well, if we want to get technical, I didn't call you a pedophile in my song. I didn't say flamenco. I could have said the word. I could have said the lyric. Hey, I could have said, all in all, you're just another pedophile. I could have said that. I could have directly called you that on many of the lyrics. Never once do I directly call you a pedo, and actually held back a little bit.
Do you infer it?
And also,
did you make?
Does MC Jarbo infer it?
No.
Does MC Jarbo infer it?
Let me finish. Let me finish. Did you infer it, and did you outright do it for somebody who constantly calls me a pedophile?
Did I do it for a troll, or did I do it for somebody serious? Do you think if Ethan Ralph came to me, I would have done it? Because I already told you.
So
I already
if
told
I
you.
just go
If Ethan Ralph came to me and said, "Hey, Mac, can you make a song on flamenco calling him a pedophile?" I would have said no, because Ethan Ralph takes himself seriously. Salvo offered me money to do a song. That's it. That's all it is. It's a song. At the end of the day, if you would have literally just been like, "Oh, that's cool," then whatever. But now we've boiled up to the point where now you're here shouting on Doc's stream, and Doc's doing a stream about the situation, where adverse to that, if you literally didn't even address it, no one talks about it, no one does a stream about it, the song plays, the day goes on, maybe a few people here and there say, "Hey, good song, Mike." That's it. You know, when
Mike,
I was actually...
if I played a song made by somebody who's a troll and constantly makes fun of... Because you got upset about me in DMs and called you a pedophile.
I did get upset about it, and when you didn't deal with it...
No. Let me finish. Would you have that same sort of like, well, it was just a troll song. He just paid me money to fucking play it on my stream. I don't know what you're getting so upset about. Would you not like feel as if I was being a little bit of a fucking asshole to you?
If someone paid you, if you were doing parodies or doing videos, and someone literally paid you, "Hey, make a video about the Mike and Hani situation," if someone paid you to do that, would I be upset about it? Yes. Would I pay any mind to it? No.
So
that's the difference.
You would be upset.
You're totally
about that. Would you want to keep on associating with me?
I wouldn't care. Yeah, I would, because you got paid to do it. It's literally just a job.
The next night after this clip, I spoke to both Mike, who sang the song, and Salvo, who commissioned the song. This took place on Dead on Dave's stream. In this clip, you'll clearly hear me defend Flamenco against the pedophile allegations. You'll also hear an unhinged schizo rant where the very serious Salvo Pancakes plans to hire people to steal a closed court document, which might actually be a felony. We might ask Nick Requeda. He's also very serious, by the way, and definitely not trolling.
I mean, I probably missed this whole discourse, but there's not really much else to talk about in terms of drama. What do you all think about like the Salvo versus Flamenco stuff?
Well, we got it. I'm glad that you brought that up because we got into that yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know. I struggle to see how I can feel bad for Flamenco in this situation, because keep in mind, any other time, like if the context is this guy's calling somebody a pedophile, I'm usually going to be like, all right, that's fucked up, that's stupid, moving on. Right. But when you start to add the context back, it starts to sound funny. All right, so it's a song. That's the first big one, is that it's a parody song.
By Mike the Bike.
By Mike the Bike.
Mike the Bike of all
and
people.
the chorus is "Leave them kids alone," which is funny.
We played the song yesterday.
So that's the first one. The second one is just like, I don't know how I feel like I don't think Flamenco has the right to be angry about literally fucking anything, and because like he covers a Ralph drama, he rolls around in mud and shit and piss and all that stuff every fucking day. Like he pulled up. Can I read a lyric to you from the MC Jarbo songs that he's played about Ralph?
I will say this though, he has a right to be mad, but the way he acted upon it is the incorrect way. I mean, you can be mad about these things and not be a hypocrite. You can be mad internally and not let anybody fucking know. He's allowed to be mad about it.
Absolutely.
But the way he's gone about it in the fight, you can't. If you're already a muck thrower, you can't be mad. You just can't. You can't do it. But please read this lyric.
So this is a lyric from the MC Jarbo song. It's an older one called "Heaven and Hell." Great song. Check it out. So here it is. You ain't ever seen my ass in no ring. This ain't Knoxville. I just dox at will because that's all I can bring. No. Well, and by the way, this is using Ralph's voice, so it's not somebody singing about him. This is Ralph being clipped to say terrible, terrible things. But let me keep going. No, we'll never see my ass in no ring unless it's money laundering. As the kingpin of the fucking pedo ring, from the Bible Belt, he gets these kids young. I've got my own church mat. Call it the kitchen. I ain't talking about no college kids, son. If they can crawl, they can sure as shit run. Yeah, I mean that's the lyric. So it's just like. That's something
there's another song where he talks about how preschool girls are too old for him.
Yeah, that one. Then there's the one where he says, "Give me the CP back." Like there's like multiple, like the calling Ralph a pedophile stuff for. It's basically a similar thing to the Keemstar stuff, where like, he again, like it's a bit weirder. She's 18. It's not pedophilic. I'm sorry. No matter how you want to like roll the coin on that one, I'm not going to call Ralph a pedophile for that.
Not for an 18-year-old. That's ridiculous. Now,
not for an 18-year-old, with actually one exception. If you picked her up off the school bus, I would say he's a pedophile.
Yeah, she's still in school. You gotta wait till they graduate. You gotta wait. He was 18. You gotta wait till they graduate, boy.
What is up, guys?
What's
How are
up?
you doing?
So
Nothing much, man.
How are you feeling the last 24 hours have been? You catching any more shit? What's the dizzle?
No, the only shit I caught was from Flam. It seems like everyone, even the people I don't like, Ethan, Ralph, are on my side.
Well, I mean, I could have guessed that Ethan Ralph was going to like this song.
Well, the funny thing is, someone asked me, they're like, "Oh, dude, what if now Ethan Ralph comes into your DMs?" And I'm just like, I'll just send him the 2 parodies I made on him and see what he thinks about that.
Hey Nick, did you know
I
Salvo
previously
doesn't
did
like
2
me
parodies on
apparently,
Ethan
too?
Ralph. I think Salvo, to me personally, I've always said this, Salvo's hit or miss for me. But when he hit me up to do the song, I literally saw no, and I still don't, regardless of what arguments have been brought to me. I don't see the harm in doing this for someone who's literally just a troll. Flamenco tried to say, oh, if I did the song on Zaptai, then people would be up in arms about it. But the difference is Zaptai was like actually canceled.
But again, Zaptai makes like new movie reviews. It's not really. He doesn't really own that.
And Nick, the thing was, when he brought up the Zaptai thing, he was super bitter. Like he was like borderline yelling on Doc's stream about it because him and Doc kind of got into it at first.
Yeah, I heard it.
Mike
Yeah,
got in.
I basically said like, all right, fuck him at that.
Oh,
point.
you saw the debate and everything.
No, someone told me in chat that he said that. I was like, all right, fuck Flamenco. But
have you seen Flamenco's initial reaction to hearing?
Well,
about
yeah,
the
I
song?
saw what he was writing on Twitter, and I was writing to like, I'm like, hey, dude, like,
no,
this
the
is,
day
like, the
before
worst
that.
way to respond.
Yeah,
Like,
he reacted on stream.
He was on stream and he was like, so what happened is I made the song a month ago and I thought Salvo had played it, it came and went, and that was it, right? I didn't find out Salvo was playing it till Flam DM'd me about it and was like, did you make the song for Salvo? I'm like, yeah, he commissioned me. He's like, okay, you're not welcome in my streams anymore. And I was like, okay, lol, like, I mean, if we want to point fingers here, there was someone in your chat calling me a pedo and I talked to you about it and you didn't do anything about it. I didn't hold it against you.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Trans tipster.
Yeah, when the trans tipster account was being popular, and again, that's a parody account, and I let that get under my skin at first. But then I ignored the account eventually because it was a troll, which is exactly what my advice to Flam was: ignore Salvo. Salvo will move on to a different topic.
By the way, copious challenge of the night to all the artists: someone draw me a trans tipster. Go.
No more tipsters.
I want to see a trans tipster. I want to see it.
But the thing is like the thing is so I didn't know his reaction. Actually, I only knew about our DMs. I saw this like the next day. His reaction live when that shit went down, he was like furious, like absolutely livid. He was like, because I was telling him in our DMs, I was like, dude, the guy's a troll. It's a joke. Yeah, I don't care that he's mad. I just think he's being hypocritical, and he's basically done the Streisand effect, and now it's gotten big enough to where Ethan Ralph fucking covered it. Whereas if he never even responded, Ethan Ralph probably would have never even seen the song.
It's so easy to fucking make a mountain out of a molehill on the internet. Everybody fucks it up. Like 90% of people
Flamenco
fuck
just
it up.
gets like autistically unhinged a lot, and it fucks him over every single time. And this is the same thing that happened when he was talking about Keffels when he went on stream and he was doing the allegations that that she had stolen a bunch of money from her local like socialist group or whatever. And the people from the group were saying it wasn't true, but Flamenco's like, it's okay, I can report on it even though I have no evidence to back this up because some loser on Kiwi Farm said it's real or something. And he had like a full debate with Aiden as to why that wasn't like presenting misinformation. And then there's this stuff with, I mean, do you know the Xanderhal shit where he like threatened to like dox his fucking mother on stream, and then he had to be talked down by Augie about that. It's just like for some reason Flamenco just like he loses his fucking like his brain just turns to paste, and then he just goes on a complete unhinged rant doing a bunch of shit that's gonna get him completely ousted from every group, and then he's like, actually guys, I apologize. I'm giving it like 3 days before he turns around and goes, you know what guys, I let it go into my skin. I mean, speaking Ethan Ralph, I'm not even. I let it go into my skin.
If so, then we might be burning the Mike the Bike Bridge. It's not a perceived slight. The dude literally made a song calling me a pedophile. For a guy who constantly goes on to other people's streams calling me a pedophile for zero reason. So no, sorry. Oh no, that's not a really funny joke. You're just a piece of shit, and yeah, you go fuck yourself. I'm gonna continue to call you a piece of shit now. Mike the Bike made a song for Salvo Pancakes calling me a pedophile.
Yep. Got paid well for it too.
Is that Sonic Heroes?
That's Live and Learn from
I told
Sonic.
him he's no longer welcome in any of my streams. And now he's like DMing me. It's like it was a fucking joke. Yeah, dude. Hey, I'm gonna call you a pedophile. Oh, that's just a joke. That's just a joke. Isn't that silly? Yo, fuck you.
Woo! Bring the fire!
So one of the things that I get really confused about is I see Flam tweets a lot like, oh, and he unironically tells people to kill. Right. That's another one. It's like, okay.
Literally everyone in this community tells everyone to sell.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
and
like, I never
he said like Salvo told me to kill. Okay, well, you gonna do it?
You know,
you gonna do it?
Like
Yeah,
I don't know if you know
okay.
this, but like in like VC, Taps will constantly she's a regular chatter. She will constantly tell people to themselves and constantly call people pedophiles. Is the joke funny?
Taps also says the
probably
like 42
yeah,
times.
yeah.
So we have
like,
to clean up Taps every so often.
Yeah, yeah. So is the joke funny? Maybe not, but a joke is still a joke. Like
again, I have to paraphrase because the tweet's deleted because Flamenco got suspended during this conversation.
It's Mike the Bike's fault.
Oh god. But so when Flamenco gets fucking banned, just before that he had put out a tweet saying like Salvo is stalking me and pointing to like 6 uninterrupted calls from Salvo Pancakes. Do you want to see like what me and Augie sent him back?
He's actually gone like 2 months and 40 messages without a response from me. If we go down, yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's Flamenco.
Why? What's he doing?
Oh, boy.
So he said that like 4 or 6 calls was harassment, but here's Flamenco sending like 40 uninterrupted messages to Vaush. And I don't know, Augie like had a screenshot. One of them was like, you want to talk about how you morally justify CP, big guy?
Yikes.
I think there are certainly boundaries to this. Like, I don't think that Salvo Pancakes can operate with impunity and do anything under the veil of like I was only
there
big
are
gamer.
limits.
But I don't think this even comes close to touching those limits.
No, Salvo deserves criticism, by the way. If people want to criticize him and say that he went over the line, I feel they're completely okay with making that fucking, you could do that, but going on attack campaigns or fucking taking down videos or going to the lengths that even Flamenco's doing where you just will not shut the fuck up about it. These are when you go too far, you give people reasons to make content on you and you keep the story going and you're just pouring gasoline all over that fucking fire. It's the wrong move every time.
Yeah, like
Flam, for fuck's sake, talk to Ricada about defamation charges.
Yeah,
this shit ain't right.
Dude, I'm sorry. These guys are the biggest scumbaggiest pieces of shit in the world. All these guys who hang out in their little forums and shit like that and stalk people on a daily basis. And then somebody makes a fucking song about you and you cry and shit. It's actually so cringy. Like, you understand that, like, Flamenco is, like, one of these forum guys, right?
Yeah.
Like, he literally, like,
dude,
he literally farms
checking
his
own
on Kiwi
thread.
Farms. Oh, he's reading his own. That's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah, my friends and I checked it. He recently read the thread like 5 hours ago. Here is the Vaush comments. Vaush fans posting their L's.
Yeah, that's
read this post here. Augie is a fence-sitting loser who refuses to take a side on anything. Post in thread Keffels. I've always warned you about these people. They are not your friends. Augie especially. You said it yourself. He was preparing to distance himself from you with that Kino Casino stuff. Augie is a coward. He called Keffel's grooming kids just a little weird, so he wouldn't anger people.
There's the politics. That's what
Yeah.
the situation was missing.
Yeah,
Politics.
and then Augie is just as bad as Nick.
Ah, there's Nick.
Perfect. Wow, look, Augie's sounding pretty rational based on those
The
comments.
leftist streamers, Nicholas DeOrio.
Yo, what's up, Salvo?
Yeah, unmute him. Salvo, what's going on? You're live with Dead on Dave and the
Salvo.
fucking beer league commentary.
Do you think Flamenco is a pedophile?
See, here's the thing, DeOrio. It's like everyone wants to claim that I'm a troll, but I genuinely 100% believe Flamenco is a pedophile.
Oh my
God! I literally, and this is what I don't understand. It's like, yes, I like to make fun of Flamenco, and yes, I genuinely think he diddled his sister, and
He's doing this to make me look bad now.
Is that what
now
he's doing? Yeah, no, you're not doing this. There's no way.
So now he's gonna come in here and just say all the worst shit possible about
You're a
Flamenco that I
fucking troll.
obviously disagree with.
I don't understand it. It's like I don't.
I'll debunk it. I'll debunk it. All right. So why do you think Flamenco molested his sister?
Well, again.
No, not well again. You got proof. Tell me why Flamenco molested his sister.
Well, DeOrio, listen. What I was gonna say is, this is gonna be an exclusive Dead on Dave, and this is no irony and no hyperbole.
Dave, buddy.
I am working with federal agents to get a Freedoms of Information Act. That's not a joke. And everything that my agent, kind of tells me tends me to believe that there is a past of diddling based on the type of record that is sealed.
Asshole.
I'm not kidding.
So you're going to present actual evidence down the line of Flamenco being a pedophile.
I'm going to do an unveiling, a reading of the unsealed court documents on the Capitol steps.
That's not the question I asked, Geraldo. All right, that's not the fucking question I asked. You already know if the goddamn vault's open, motherfucker. So
yes, I'm fairly confident when I unveil the fucking sealed documents that he will have a past where he fucked his sister.
yeah, I got to feel it because you wrote it. You're fucking awful.
Just to be clear, Flamenco, not a pedophile.
Not
the
a
allegations that Flamenco molested his sister are so paper thin that even the trolls on Ralph's side don't even use them like that anymore. Apparently, the entire set of proof that Flamenco is a child molester is that his family has a sealed court document of something that had happened when he was a child under the age of 18.
Yeah.
That could be anything from theft to
could have murdered a guy.
Or he could have murdered somebody
murdered
too.
somebody.
That's entirely
Maybe multiple
possible.
people. It's possible.
He could have gotten arrested at school. Something could have happened.
Okay,
there. There's a
Megan
bajillion
Kelly.
different things that it could be, and I think that
Prostitution ring?
Ralph's audience thinking that it's pedophilia is a lot of projection on their part. The next night, Augie would confront Flamenco on this very situation, and in this stream, Flamenco acts like a whiny little bitch in a similar fashion to how Ralph reacted when MC Jarbo made jokes at his expense. He does this while trying to compare himself to Zaptai, and in my opinion, I believe he only does this with this outrageously off-the-wall comparison to try to ensure that we don't talk about it further. I can't prove that, let me be clear. That's just my allegations, which I guess are evidence.
I want to play this and see how bad. I haven't listened to. This will be my first time reaction to the Mike the Bike song. Apparently, Mike the Bike did a song calling Flamenco a pedophile. We're gonna see. We're gonna investigate.
I commissioned.
Flamenco also reacted to it at the end of this, and it was very negative.
Mike the Bike to make a song. So I'm going to look at the chat, and we are going to...
Meta PCH through 10 just woke up. Anything crazy happen on Twitter?
I don't know, man.
Who knows, dude? I don't know. Kind of been a slow news day, Nothing really been going on much.
Listen to the Mike the Bike never before heard music that is commissioned strictly from me, Salvo Pancakes,
says use
an
code
exclusive Mike the Bike original song
Code Go Blacks.
for me.
I
So
wanna see
this
how bad this
song
really
is
is.
about
I love the
our
fucking
good friend.
Yeah, what is this set, by the way?
He's investing money into this shit.
Oh my god, dude.
This is
Salvo-
he's got the nice microphone. This is hundreds of dollars he's invested. He's got look at the fucking
they're saying Flamenco leave those kids alone. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're calling him a pedophile, right?
The whole song is a isn't the
well, you know what, guys? In his defense, well,
All that I just say, and breaking the wall.
Mike the Bike's band thinks about these songs. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder what the other members think when they listen to this weird shit. The solo will get you claimed. Well, good thing I don't play copyrighted music at the start of all these streams.
Flamenco. The FBI.
No, he's just saying the FBI. It doesn't mean it's about like pedophilia or anything. It's just like the FBI. It's just checking to see if he's okay. Yeah, it's a wellness thing. Yeah, it's something else, guys.
Very good. There it is. How about that? That is a song about Flamenco, the commentary pedophile.
Oh, well.
Oh, no, he meant, nah, it's very clear what that song is about and why he commissioned it, and...
I'm being a goofball, man. Give me a break.
It is a goofy song, I guess, but, like, I can 100% understand Flamenco being upset at Mike.
We're gonna hear Flamenco's reaction. Now, I think he's being a little hypocritical because of the MC Jarbo thing, right? Because if you remember, Ralph got upset at me and Nick because we played an MC Jarbo song, right? And the song, like, it called Ralph a fucking pedo and it called Ralph like a horrible person. I think a rapist too, even before the fucking rape allegations, right? And so Ralph apparently the day that we played that song, Ralph like hated it or something like that, right? Or at the very least, he hated me, which is, I think, weak. I don't know. Are you allowed to be ass mad at that a little bit? Maybe, sure. I mean,
Flam is asking to be dragged on. You mind if I drag him in?
Flamenco, you're on the air. So is it true that you've banished Mike the Bike from your community? Is he not allowed anymore?
On my streams anymore.
What do you think? Like, don't you think that that's like a Ralph move though? Like with the MC Jarbo stuff?
Well, no, Ralph like spurred out at you for playing MC Jarbo's songs on your stream.
Yeah, but aren't you like okay? So you're just mad at Mike? Is that what the difference is?
Yeah, specifically Mike.
You don't think like it's? I mean, you don't think it's just like a fucking meme or like Mike doesn't actually think you're a pedophile. Do you think that?
Okay, so like it's okay when people call it as long as it's a joke.
Well, I mean, like we come from a sphere where it's like stuff like shit like this. Like we say.
I mean, we joke about everything. Like we say the most horrible shit about each other. Yeah.
I mean, like I don't think I've ever joked calling you a pedophile though.
But you have laughed at MC Jarbo calling Ralph a pedophile, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he ever called Ralph a pedophile. I think he called Pantsu a pedophile.
Wasn't like the whole point of the song like about how he's like the fucking Memphis pedo or something with Faith or something, and you know, I don't know. I feel like he makes like
he makes direct allusions to like barely legal. So I don't know.
Well, I mean that would kind of insinuate like pedophilia, right?
No, if they're legal, then it's not pedophilia. What?
Okay, here's some lyrics from MC Jarbo. As the kingpin of the fucking pedo ring, I'm from the Bible Belt. I get the kids young, and I got my own church.
This is ridiculous. He called him a pedophile.
Okay, he did.
He definitely did.
So
and I ain't talking about no college kids, son. If they can crawl, they can sure as shit run.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So definitely called him a pedophile.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad we got that cleared up.
I'm not saying you can't be sore about it, but I think you have to acknowledge at some point, like we come from a sphere where like horrible fucking shit is said about everybody and stuff like this, right? And I just feel like it's like a little hypocritical to like cause like a moral concern over it.
I wasn't really causing a moral concern over it, though. I said, like, you actively helped a guy who constantly, like, for no reason, says that I rape kids and am a pedophile. Salvo
I do on that note.
Salvo has literally said that I rape kids.
On that note, I do understand it, especially after like the PPP thing.
And like
with
the other thing is like
Yeah.
I don't like specifically with this. Like, would you guys be so laissez-faire if somebody like made a song calling Bigby a pedophile?
Well, obviously not, but that's like a more
Well,
of a-
then
I mean,
I'm not really
It's a little
tracking
deeper
this
there,
logic
though, right?
where
Because
it's
you're
okay
from
when
a-
it happens to me, but not when it happens
it's just
to
Big
like
B's
other
not
people.
from like the shithole internet that we're from, though, right? Big B's just trying to do his
Okay.
fucking thing and make videos. We're engaged in a fucking toxic sphere where we make fucked up jokes about people all the time. You don't have to like them, but like Salvo is a fucking troll at the end of the day. Like that guy
Okay.
literally just exists to like fuck with you.
Well, then, like, okay, so like,
So I'm saying don't take him seriously. Like when you take a troll seriously, you lose.
People started calling Bigby a pedophile. Would you have like the same
Well, I
reaction?
just explained to you. It's different because Big B's not from this. Big B doesn't engage in the same shit.
Well,
that we
why?
do.
So if Big B just made a video on
I don't
Ethan
like.
Ralph,
Okay, first of all, I don't like that we're talking about Big B in the context of fucking like drama and shit. Given that we kind of try to avoid that, but I don't know. For the sake of this fucking,
To answer the question,
it's like tangentially related to my drama because like we're both accused of kind of the same thing. So
To answer
I
the
don't
question,
know.
if someone made a song about Bigby, like I wouldn't care. That's his fight. Like it's not my deal.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like we engage. Like, I
Would
feel
you
like
say
lose
that
the right
like
to
you'd be out of
complain.
line to be like angry at that person that made the song?
I don't know that it's out of line for him. I would say that the reason why Augie specifically talking about you is because you're from a side of the internet where MC Jarbo was promoted. You promoted him before specifically, and MC Jarbo called someone who is not a pedophile, as far as we're aware anyway, right? He called him a pedophile directly. And you were okay with that. But
Well,
then
I
when it
think
comes to
you're
you,
conflating like a serious allegation with like maybe it's just maybe we
I'm
have
not
a
saying
different.
it's a
Hold on,
serious
hold on.
allegation.
Well,
like,
well, maybe we have a different perspective on this. When I look at like all the shit Salvo says, I don't take literally any of it seriously because I just know he's doing a bit. Like he's a fucking goofball. Like his whole do you know how much like crazy shit he said about me? He said he's gonna go after my fucking sponsors. He said he's gonna do an expose stream on Connor and like fucking expose him or some shit. He said that he's gonna fucking like steal my fucking paid content and shit and stuff like he says crazy shit all the time just to be a fucking like he's I don't take any of it fucking seriously because it's just like
and if I was like getting angry specifically at Salvo, I would probably agree, but I'm mostly getting angry at Mike like helping him call me a pedophile.
yeah, and it's perpetuating
The
an
song is, like,
allegation that
unambiguous. The song is like unambiguous. The implication is that I'm a pedophile in that song.
And isn't it perpetuating an allegation that was brought up in a serious manner from like PPP and stuff like that? And then Salvo just like kind of
yeah. I mean, on that note, I do.
Further.
On that note, I sympathize because if I was on that stream with PPP and fucking Worski, I would be traumatized over it, right? Like I would be very.
I'm
upset.
not even like super upset with that specifically. It's just like I felt like it was. I'm more irritated with somebody that I thought I was like friendly with going out and making a song calling me a pedophile for a person who constantly just incessantly calls me that.
So it's more because it's Mike, because you're like buds.
Yeah, that's why I'm angry. That's why I was angry at Mike. And I wasn't like really getting angry at Salvo.
Okay,
I guess that makes more sense.
I think his anger's justified.
I definitely I'm not
I mean,
blind to like why you're
also
pissed,
don't like
but-
Salvo. Like I like.
Well, that's clear. You've always not liked
Yeah.
him, and I've always thought you taken him too seriously, though. Like I've always thought
Yeah.
that you see him as like an actual like threat, and I
Oh,
just
I
don't
would
see,
agree.
No,
like,
I
the
don't really view him as an
justification for
actual threat at all. I just like I don't like him, and I don't think that like tolerating people making that sort of stuff is like a particularly wise endeavor. You know what I mean?
that. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I do agree with you on like the point about like the PTSD from fucking pedophilia.
It's not even PTSD. It's just like I'm a little
accusations.
defensive about it. I'm a little like I don't treat it as much of a laughing joke. You know what I mean?
It really is Mike the Bike.
Oh, there we
too.
go. What's
There we
up,
go.
Mike? What's up, man? So have you been listening to the stream?
No, I'm on vacation, but I started seeing people on Twitter saying that it's going down again. Apparently,
Well, Flamenco was just coming on explaining his side of why he got so pissed off at your song. He thinks that you basically, given that you guys were on friendly terms, he sees like your song as like kind of disrespectful. and something he didn't expect you would take a part in or something.
In fairness, I've already like kind of cooled down. I'm not like as angry anymore too, just for
Well, I
the
don't.
record.
I just don't think like I wouldn't like friendly is the correct term, but neutral is a more correct term. Like if you look at our DMs before our argument, the only other two DMs between us is me sending you my new Twitter, which we never followed each other on, and me sending you the what was it? The Hassan Piker song, which you never reacted to. So like we didn't really have any sort of history other than us being cordial with each other. So
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
why I
see
never
it
said
as any-
friends. I said friendly.
Right, but if I'm totally neutral with you, I don't see how it's a betrayal in any sense of the form. Like that's like if I do a song on Keemstar, it's a betrayal against Keemstar. It's like, well, I don't have a problem with Keemstar.
My rationale is that like when Salvo calls me a pedophile, he's had like an openly antagonistic relationship with me from the very like onset. I don't consider that a betrayal because he's always been a schizo towards me. Whereas like with you, like we've never had like any sort of beef before. So suddenly you making a song calling me a pedophile seems a little bit like a stab in the back.
Well, you want to keep hammering the point that I called you a pedophile. I insinuated you were one. I didn't directly call you one.
Yeah, the very clear implication.
Have you gone?
Is, like,
have you gone back on the MC Jarbo point because of multiple people have found multiple lyrics where it's not even someone else singing it; it's using Ralph's own words to call him a pedophile.
Yeah, no,
So,
I completely walk back on that.
okay. If Ethan, Ralph, if Xanderhal, and let's add PPP, if any of them ask me to do it, they are taken with some level of credibility. I would not have done it. Salvo asked me to do it. Salvo's literally a troll who was like, I can't even hammer the point that he was like sticking 2 cigarettes in his mouth while listening to my song. Like, there is no reason at all anyone takes, no one does take him credibly at all. So, again, I've already said that multiple times that if someone's serious, if someone credible asked me to do the song, I would have said no.
But
But now,
people take you seriously in these spheres, Mike?
do I think people take me seriously?
Yeah.
Not particularly. I think my reputation, I don't think my reputation's bad, but I don't think I'm the most credible source. I make
Are you
parody songs.
considered a troll in the spheres that you're in?
No, I'm also someone with less than 2,000 subscribers, so I'm practically a nobody in comparison to you.
Well, all your songs are parody songs anyway that are just like calling Boogie fat or whatever.
Yeah, all my other songs are parodies. Like I don't have like probably the most serious critiques I have as parodies are probably the one about Deaf Noodles, but those are still not serious. They're just songs. Are there any other points?
I don't know.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm just sick and tired of your shit. Like, this is probably the last straw for me. I don't understand this at all, so I'm just going to ask you a few questions. I hope you can kind of help me out with some answers.
Are you talking to Flam?
Yeah, I'm talking to Flam.
Okay.
So I just want to know, you're the guy who goes and does the IBS content where you cover Ethan Ralph and you laugh about songs calling him a fucking pedophile all the time. You sit on the Kiwi farms, you're talking about Xanderhal's girlfriend and his family and all that stuff. You're hanging out with PPP, the guy who just literally makes shit up on live stream, and you know that better than anybody. And Big B does like movie reviews. So when I hear, oh my god, Flamenco's really mad that somebody made a parody song calling him a pedophile, you roll around in mud all fucking day. You got a little on your shoe, now you're gonna be a big pussy about it on stream?
Who do I call randomly pedophile on the internet?
You play the songs, you laugh when it happens to Ralph. What's the fucking difference?
No,
you literally launched it. You launched an uncredible allegation saying that Keffel's fucking laundered money from her
I will
Soviet
say
whatever,
this.
and you base it off some
before
fucking
they got-
retard on
that's
Kiwi
before
Farm
they got
saying it.
popular.
That was your
That's-
proof that you
no,
promoted.
That was the person on Twitter that was saying it before they blew up.
Okay, and where's the proof of that one, Flamenco? You sat there and debated Aiden on why you can just post uncredited allegations publicly. I'm getting a little sick and tired of you having like random fucking blow-up moments and then coming to Augie, and then Augie kind of like smooths things over in the community, and then you go back around and act like a retard again. Because you come on here and you do your little rounds and you have your little conversation, and then everyone thinks you're okay again. I'm getting sick and tired of these random Flamenco meltdowns. I'm getting tired of you saying that you're...
How is it random?
Well, I mean, normal people don't go out and say that they're going to go
random,
like contact fucking Xanderhal's mom, Flamenco. That's not a normal thing that normal people do.
Okay, and normal people also don't randomly fucking call people pedophiles.
Yeah, well, welcome to your community, asshole. That's
What-
all
how
those
is it my
dude, all the
community?
stuff you cover. That's all that
Actively-
shit is.
How is it my
Are you going to
community?
tell me you've never insinuated that Ralph is a bit weird because he was talking to the 18-year-old girl?
You've never gone a little over the top
I did
on
say
it.
it was weird. I never called him a pedophile.
Well, Flam, you've told me that you think that Vaush is like friends with pedophiles, right?
Yeah, I think he probably is. I don't think he himself is a pedophile.
What's that based on?
But is
specifically his statement that he says that like probably 10% of his audience has consumed child pornography at some point, and two, the like statement that there should child pornography should not be made illegal.
Okay, well, let's just ignore the fact that that entire second point is literally based on not getting what Vaush was trying to say in that conversation that we've gone over 100 times.
I think it was running cover for people who have consumed it.
Sure. Well, let me ask you a bit about the Salvo stuff, okay? So you claim that him calling you like 6 times is harassment. What were the 40 uninterrupted Vaush messages? Would you call those harassment? What about the one when you told Vaush to own his CP stance in his private message? Was that pedophile stuff? I'm just wondering.
When did I tell him to kill himself?
Who cares? You do
Okay,
IBS. Like, what do you mean? Oh, he's gonna
literally every single person.
Dude,
in this
oh, he
right
said
now
my
told
ass.
someone
He's
else to
such a
kill themselves.
loser, dude.
That
Holy
is
shit.
the
We're gonna
gayest point
moralize
you could make.
KYS?
Wait, what?
Literally every single person in this entire call has
you know
told
when
someone
that,
else
you
to
know
kill
that,
themselves.
you know when that,
That is
you know
the
that when
gayest
that.
point you
Wait,
can
hold
make.
on.
You know that?
Hold up, just 1 second.
What,
1
Flamenco?
second, Mike. What? Do you know when that timing was?
When
you were being called a
What's
pedophile?
the timing? Were you gonna?
Everyone was calling me a pedophile.
Oh God.
Okay.
We got to think about
Guys,
Flamenco's
Nick,
feelings, guys.
Nick, since you brought up your fucking special needs friend, if Xanderhal was by me told to go and delve during like when everyone was calling him some sort of weird.
Did you notice he started stuttering when he talked about Xanderhal as if the tick just went off?
Oh my God, Nick, you're the one who brought him up. You fucking fat retard.
Yeah, I know.
So would you have as much charity for me if that happened?
Flamenco, I'm out of charity for you. I was out of charity for you when you.
So you're not going to answer
Can
the
you
question?
repeat it? I wasn't paying attention. I was still laughing.
Yeah,
at the
no,
last
you
thing
generally don't do that whenever you decide that you don't fucking engage with people. It's really fucking cute how that happens when other people will engage with you.
Augie, can you tell Flamenco he's doing a good job so the community doesn't hate him after this convo?
So Flam, basically, I mean, the point that Nick's making, and it's one that, you know, I have no hatred for you, but I'd have to agree with it. Like, you're in a community of people in which you've had
absolutely.
No. I'm can I just make the point, please?
Yeah.
You're in a community of people which has had absolutely no issue with like making fun of people, calling each other pedophiles.
In a community, forget the
as a joke.
IBS. This guy fucking hangs out and frequents kiwi farms. He's in the threads.
Yeah.
He's reading his own thread like
I
8
just
hours
wanna-
in between when they're
Let
shitting
Tom
on it.
finish real quick.
I just want to make the point.
Yeah.
So we were talking about this, and we kind of made that point to you, and you were like, "Okay, well, I get that, but the real issue is that I'm friends with Mike." Is I think the wording you said. That's what I understood.
Friendly.
Okay, friends, friendly. That's the understanding I had, is that you were cool with Mike. Then Mike comes in here, and Mike's like, "I don't fucking know you. We like interacted like twice. Like we don't really know each other. I make parody songs about everyone." You know what I mean? So that's what he's saying. And then, Nick brought up something that jogged my memory. And I got to say, he has a good point. The fact that you were threatening to send a letter to Xanderhal's mom to like try to get him evicted or whatever. Like that's
definitely pissed off. Yeah.
Okay. But it's not just that you were pissed off.
Pissed off moments.
There's no justification for that. Like it's hard to feel bad for you when someone makes a joke song calling you a pedophile when you were like on stream, like advocating for sending a letter to someone's mother because you didn't like their like YouTube videos or some stupid shit. Like it's just, I don't know.
The Salvo guy too. This guy pretended he leaked my cock to the internet.
Okay, Nick, faking nudes and being called a pedophile are kind of different things. Would you not agree?
I also wouldn't want my nudes circulating if they were real, and I wouldn't want people to think that I had nudes out there if they were made. Both of these are bad for
You don't
me.
need to avoid them this hard, dude.
Flam, he's not even avoiding it. He's not even avoiding. He's treating it like a joke.
Absolutely is.
No, he's treating it like a joke because you're avoiding the point that we're all making. And the point that we're making is that you engage in the same exact shit. And if anyone else in the community had a song made on them,
don't engage in the same shit though. I'd never fucking call people pedophiles.
Yo, you play in the mud. Embrace it.
Why is calling someone a pedophile so over the line? Why is calling someone a pedophile in a joke song so over the line when you were threatening to get someone evicted or some shit, or like send a letter to his fucking mom, to Xanderhal's mom?
Good point.
To tell the person what they were saying online.
Something I didn't actually do, by the way.
Wait, no, you would have done it if no one stopped you. If Augie didn't get
I was
the
already
fucking call and
cooling.
stop you.
No, I was already walking it back.
Okay,
after
you were
I was
already walking
fucking
it back
ranting on
because
stream.
you were already walking back because your chat told you to walk it back.
Yeah, people were telling me that I was like fucking chimping out.
Yes, and you were, but if that was in your private thoughts and you had no one to tell you to stop doing that because it would look bad, then you would have done it. If you thought people would
I
be
probably
like,
would have
"Hey,
cooled off.
red pilled
either way.
epic."
I feel like I would have probably cooled down.
I mean,
either way.
maybe you can feel that way, but I have no indication to believe that.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have no reason to believe that. So it's like it's hard. It's hard.
Sorry. I gotta go. So I want to say something really quick. So I want just the two main points that everyone has been making ever since this whole thing started is one, that you shouldn't have even taken the whole thing seriously in the first place, and two, it's very hypocritical. Even though you haven't called someone else a pedophile, you have laughed and shared songs where MC Jarbo technically doesn't even call Ethan Ralph a pedophile. He has Ethan Ralph, with his own words, call himself a pedophile, which I would argue is like way worse. So I just want to say that for anyone listening, this is a classic example of the Streisand effect. You blew this up, and now people that I hate, Ethan Ralph and Sen, shared the song. They love the song. They're singing along to the song. This is all on you. If you literally didn't do anything, it would have played on Salvo's stream, and I maybe would have gotten 3 DMs saying, "Hey, nice song."
Yeah, Mike didn't even post it. He didn't even have it on his channel.
By the way, I was never going to post it.
Over it.
I'm posting it this next Friday. So have a great stream, Augie. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
Talk to you later, Mike.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
Flamenco, I'll give you like 2 hours to cool off and admit that everything I said is correct. And in the meantime, leave those kids alone.
Yeah. Oh,
Jesus
and Nick ran away.
But he didn't run away. What else could you say to him?
Because I was fucking talking to him before then, and he didn't answer my fucking question.
Flamenco, what could you possibly say to him that would change anything?
I want to ask you, Nick. If during, you gonna listen?
I'm not interrupting you.
Okay. If during like a really, really bad time, somebody is like actively calling somebody like that, like a pedophile or something, and then somebody goes into their DMs and tells them to go fucking themselves, you think that might be like a little bit different?
Yeah, nut up and like do something about it. Don't be a little crybaby online about it. Oh my god, he told me to myself when I was at my lowest.
You're the one that
were you in a bad headspace? Were you gonna flag a channel down?
Xanderhal. So like, which one is it?
I don't give a fuck about Xanderhal.
Nick, you fucking literally.
Xanderhal can go too.
Literally fucking said I stalked him, dude. So which one is it, Nick? Which one is it, Nick?
Xanderhal, don't harm yourself.
No, I'm saying that you stalked him because you're weird. I don't care about Xanderhal. I don't care if you post stuff outside his house. It doesn't affect me.
Which one is it, Nick? Is it harassment or is
It's
it just
both.
a joke?
You're like schizo.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not the one holding two different fucking like mentalities on this thing at once.
Flamenco, you could be
I don't know what to tell
schizophrenic
you.
and Xanderhal could be a loser at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think we need to hear from Xanderhal. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm gonna bring on his mom. Hold on.
Let's go. Let's bring on Xanderhal's
We can
mom.
get on Actman's mom as well.
All right. Do we have anything else? I don't want to run.
Being called.
Flam,
Lord knows
do you have-
I don't do a lot of running.
Do you have anything you want to say to Nick before we exit?
I mean,
this whole
like this
topic?
fucking like I don't know, this feigned impartiality. Like I'm
not impartial. I don't like you.
This feigned impartial. Yeah, I know you don't like me.
Okay,
like,
it's
been
done
pretty
now.
open-
Like
I know,
bridge burned. Okay,
fantastic. Finally, you got actually, say what you actually mean for the last like.
Dude, does that mean
year
no
and a
more
half.
phasmophobia? What the fuck?
Flam, I've always said what I meant. I don't want to hate you, but I do.
Bullshit. You actively fucking lied when I called you out on saying that you didn't like my channel, and you're like, I never said that. It's like, yes, you fucking did.
I don't dislike your channel. In fact, I've
You
watched it
literally
multiple
fucking
times.
said that. You really want to lie about that, bro?
I watched your Ralph coverage. What are you talking about?
Nick, you actively fucking.
What does any of this mean? What is this like,
clip, dude?
Well, what is this like?
Do you want me to give you pointers on how you can improve it?
It's Nick's like sort of like aloof. I'm like just impartial, and
He's
I'm
not being aloof. He just shit on you,
You've
bro.
never liked me, and I understand that.
No. There's a difference
Like,
between
I'm
not liking you.
retarded,
Augie
Nick.
will vouch for me that I haven't liked you. But
Yeah,
now you're
no.
done. You're completely cut off. No, you're out.
Oh no, I'm not gonna have Nick's fucking hot takes, dude. I'm not gonna have the fucking fence riding asshole. Oh no, oh shit. Oh no, dude.
Well, I'm not riding a fence. You should leave those kids alone.
You actively ride fences.
No,
every single
Flamenco,
fucking
you
day,
need to
dude.
leave the kids alone.
Nick, you actively ride fences like every single fucking day.
Flamenco, I'm holding a nuclear take here. The fence might tip over. You have to leave the kids alone.
All right.
Augie or Nick will break the fence with his weight. What the fuck?
That was the joke I just made, Boblex. Yesterday's jokes today with Boblex.
Okay, thank you. All right then.
Real shit.
All right,
In the
are we
words of
done,
Augie
gentlemen?
RFC, Xanderhal needs to kill himself. No!
I didn't say
I'm
that.
just Augie, stop bailing this motherfucker out every time he fucks himself, please.
I didn't say shit.
All right. No more fireside chats with Augie.
Where did
No
Augie
more.
bail me out?
No
Where did
more
Augie bail me out,
community
Nick?
redemptions for this guy.
Nick, where
He's a
did
total
Augie
piece of
bail
shit.
me out?
When you had your little fireside chat with him after the Xanderhal thing, and everyone's like, "Oh, Flamenco's reformed." Yeah.
Once. Okay.
All right. Well, once is enough.
Okay.
You don't get one a second time. Bye bye.
Wow.
Wow.
I don't know.
Didn't expect that.
Interesting. That was
I mean,
an
I
interesting
kind of
diversion.
expected that. I kind of expected that. Yeah, just a little bit.
What? Expected what exactly?
For Nick to come on like super hot on that. The second I kind of brought up like, where certain, I guess, calling people pedophiles is a lot less like tolerated when it's like certain people. And I don't know. I think that's like, I think that's what kind of got him to come on.
Okay. Well, do you want to
rolled up Zaptai because you're a cowardly pussy. That's the only reason you did it. You wanted to use him as a human meat shield because you thought we wouldn't come after you for it. I'm just making sure you know that you're a pussy. There's no double standard. There is no double standard. They're not even comparable.
Somebody that you don't like
not even remotely comparable, Flamenco. If somebody was calling you a pedophile, I would defend you 100%. I don't even have to like you to defend you on that. You're a pussy.
Yeah, I'm a pussy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're
Okay,
pathetic.
buddy. Okay, buddy. I don't have to make sure everything goes by committee before I actually give hot takes on the internet, dude.
That's good. Nobody listens to them.
Jesus Christ, what a fucking segment.
That was a lot more brutal than I thought it would be.
Yeah, Nick kind of...
Dude, even, everyone's going to talk about Nick. Mike fucking, like, he was...
Yeah, Mike kind of...
I almost feel
put
bad
down
for
the
Flam
hammer,
getting
too.
shit on that hard. Jesus, it was like... I felt like...
I didn't like
I don't
the
know.
comparison he made, but...
My favorite part of this impromptu debate is the setup. If you were paying attention on 2 separate occasions, I went on to predict exactly what Flamenco would do next. He loses his fucking, his brain just turns to paste, and then he just goes on a complete unhinged rant, doing a bunch of shit that's gonna get him completely ousted from every group, and then he's like, actually guys, I apologize. I'm giving it 3 days before he turns around and goes, you know what guys, I let it go under my skin. I mean,
Speaking
Ethan Ralph, I'm not even, I let it under my skin. Flamenco, I'll give you 2 hours to cool off and admit that everything I said is correct. And in the meantime, leave those kids alone.
Yeah,
Jesus
and Nick ran away. I think Nick was being fair, and I think Augie was being fair. I don't know. Maybe I was just got a little. Maybe I got a little hot under the collar, specifically with this sort of stuff. You really gotta drop the friendly thing. Medicare is right. No more chumping out online. Yeah, probably.
You know, it's funny that he calls me a fence sitter. I'm easily one of the most outspoken members of the community, but that's not why. This guy literally lives under my fucking boot. You're gonna talk about how you don't like me, but my takes are apparently fair 30 seconds after exiting the convo? Flamenco doesn't grow. Flamenco doesn't learn. Flamenco says what he needs to say so he can retain Augie's anchor and retain his crossover viewer base. I believe the fact that Flamenco has still managed to coexist in this community is exclusively through circumstance. The allegations our evidence debate shows both his inability to concede and his fundamental misunderstanding of what allegations are. But Flamenco survives this encounter because people hate Keffels and Aiden is really annoying. Therefore, everyone just forgot the next day. The same could be said about Xanderhal and Vaush. That's why nobody else talks about this shit. I'm sure anyone watching this probably dislikes both of these people, and it's a meme that I always see on Twitter. How I sleep knowing that my enemies are ontologically evil, and any act I commit against them is fair. Nobody gives a fuck that Flam was being weird to Vaush back when he was Ralph's lapdog.
After my Killstream appearance, he started DMing me on Discord more often. I've showed this on stream before. This is comprehensive, okay? We're going in on this instance, okay? This is my fucking... These are my fucking DMs with Flamenco, okay? So, like, for months, you can just track by the little icons here on the left. We don't need to read the words. For months, he would, like, triple, quadruple, pentuple, sextuple message me before I would respond, and then we'd talk for like a little bit, but then I'd be like, fucking, I'm gonna waste my time with this shit, and I'd back off, and then he'd do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 messages, not all on one day either. See, we've got June 2nd, June 5th, June 8th, June 9th, June 10th, June 14th, and June 18th. So, you know, so he's committed. He's committed, you know, and most recently, and this is my favorite one. He's actually gone like 2 months and 40 messages without a response from me. If we go down, yeah.
But this is a much funnier clip now, knowing that Flam thinks a few missed calls constitutes harassment. Oops. What about Xanderhal?
Here's a post from Flamenco stalking my girlfriend, who isn't a public figure, and looking at her social media to report information back to, well, people on Kiwi farms that are actively trying to stalk us and find our address.
Incidentally, this is supposedly the girlfriend that he's meeting. Nothing of note, sporadic social media presence outside of Instagram, though it seems to be a legit account, though who knows when the next Peter Coffin situation will pop up. Seems like an older thought that makes chokers with the words baby spelled out. Seems like real wife material.
I shouldn't have to explain to you all why one YouTuber speculating on another YouTuber's relationship and stalking another YouTuber's girlfriend is inappropriate, but keeping in the vein of conversation, here's some more posts of him on Kiwi Farms speculating on me and my girlfriend's relationship.
Zero charisma streamer that bites off more than they can chew and makes really stupid financial decisions. It's not really even a prediction, it's just written on the walls. Now then, in the next 1 to 3 months, we are likely going to either see a strain on his current relationship or an outright breakup. As retarded as his audience is, there is only so much sympathy you can have for those that, quote, work for 15 hours a week, whine about not having any money. The money will dry up, and I think that will be what causes the relationship problems. The TLDR is, according to Alex, that his parents had demanded that he stop streaming after he got doxxed and was put on Adam Waffen kill lists. He then came up with the brilliant idea to fake moving out by living in his mother's guest house as a mean of which to convince them to let him stream. Later on, his story is that his parents, particularly his mother, was extremely abusive towards him in the months before he moved out. He was offered an out in the form of moving in with his uncle. However, his uncle had the condition that his neat ass get a job, so that was out of the question. The, quote, held at gunpoint, I think was a thing he probably intended embellished as he lived in a gated community with some form of security company on the payroll. Overall, I think a financial crisis is inevitable. With his poor work ethic, lukewarm charisma, and hemorrhaging views, as well as the Ouroboros nature of his general community, his growth will continue to be stunted. However, he's cornered the market in one key niche. He's Vaush's de facto Make-A-Wish kid, and that he will likely get him support from the people wanting to orbit Vaush. Although maybe Shoe on the Head watches his streams because she's actually retarded. Who knows? The canary in the coal mine for him will be when his girlfriend breaks up with him.
He does like to compare me a lot to DSP, who's this streamer who's been kind of labeled a lolcow, who I guess is known for e-begging and just generally humiliating himself online and having a very bad reputation. He also has a history of, I won't say wanting to financially ruin me and force me to get a real job, but at the very least reveling at the idea of it.
If DSP got evicted, as it would mean less content. Xanderhal getting evicted and begging to move back in with his family would just be funny. What the fuck is it with leftist stoners and them constantly lying about the money spent on their weed addiction? Because, with Alex, The more open and transparent he is with his self-inflicted monetary shortcomings, the less likely people are going to be willing to donate. Too bad his audience is not in the throes of pignosis. Why doesn't he get a real fucking job? He doesn't stream all the time, so he has the free time to spare, plus the entire US is experiencing a giant employment shortage, where basically everywhere is short on workers and is desperately trying to hire more help. This is a guy who, in the midst of a, quote, abusive household, turned down the offer of living with his uncle because his uncle did not want him to be a lazy fucking NEET. But that's pretty much what Alex is at his core, a lazy fucking NEET that is betting it all on a career that actually requires diligent work. He said in his Twitter explanation that he does not have a license. I'm leaning to most likely fabricated, or at least for the most part. I fully understand a parent's unwillingness to facilitate their child's poor decisions, letting him stay rent-free while he plans to move cross-country with a woman he met on the internet who doesn't even have her own place, and think that being adamant that they don't follow through in those poor choices is simply tough but reasonable parenting. The fact that he declined to move back in with his uncle because he would be expected to get a job if he did so gives you an extremely flat view of how truly terrible his home life really is.
He also became quite fixated on the long debunked sex cult drama that I had to deal with a while back. For those unaware of it, I did a video about all of that a while back. It's pretty good. There's a link in the description, or maybe I'll have it in the pinned comment. I don't know. But go click that and check it out if you want to be informed. In the meantime, here's some screenshots of Flamenco talking about my dick.
TLDR, he made a not safe for work Discord. Always a fantastic idea. For him and a bunch of other girls to sext with. One of the girls was a complete basket case. Go figure. And spurred the fuck out over Star Wars and threatened to kill herself over it. This girl also gave him nudes, and he, according to him jokingly, talked about her moving in with him and his girlfriend to be a live-in side-o. Also, apparently to her, he's pretty fast and loose with his dick pics, so expect pro-Jared type leaks on the future. Given that we know Alex has sent pictures of his penis to mentally unstable chicks in the past, I hope he's packing something exceptional, because it's really not a matter of if, but when we will be cursed to see it.
He also seems really fixated on seeing if me raging at dying in hardcore Minecraft on stream is actually because I'm secretly super depressed and miserable.
Yeah, if anyone was this schizophrenic, they'd have absolutely been outed from this community for a long fucking time. That's not me co-signing everything Keffels, Vaush, or Xanderhal have ever said. Hell, it's not even me saying that I defend all the statements they've said about Flamenco. I think Flamenco has some legitimate grievances with each of them, but I also think Flamenco is mentally fucking ill.
Hey, Flamenco! Leave them kids alone!